Right, everybody, we are back for some more Halo. I'm pretty excited. We don't have Lobster tonight. He is otherwise engaged, but we do have Lost Outcast, who I highly encourage you to go ahead and follow. I will add him to the, let's see, to the stream chat, so you can go ahead and give a follow to him. Because if you want to connect with anybody cool in the Twitch community, it absolutely should start with Lost Outcast. He is currently, based off of our pre-stream conversation here, he is looking up the difference between prawns and shrimps. So wager your bets. All right. Okay, Lost, you want to say hi?
Hello.
All right. Do you have the answer for all of us?
Is it about the prawn?
It's about the prawns.
Okay. So a prawn is a common name for a small aquatic crustacean with a exoskeleton and 10 legs. Some which can be eaten. I'm just sorry, this is all via Wikipedia, by the way.
Wait, some of the legs can be eaten, or like some of the...
No, do you really? Okay, wait. So you've never had shrimp before?
I mean, yeah, I've had shrimp before. I feel like crustacean and exoskeleton with 10 legs feels like it's redundant, but I get it. Okay.
So it says the term shrimp and prawn are common names, not scientific names. They are blah 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 blah. So I feel like a prawn is a shrimp.
So, but I feel like fairly recently I saw a list that said shrimp and it said prawn, and I'm mad.
Maybe the okay, so I'm looking at this picture of a giant tiger prawn, and it basically has like those big whiskers or mustaches. So
okay,
maybe a prawn is like they got mustaches.
A prawn just has a mustache?
Yeah, I don't know here, because I'm gonna click shrimp, and shrimp, I don't know, maybe these shrimp look like they got mustaches too.
I appreciate your very scientific description. They got mustaches. I don't know, man.
Yeah, crustaceans with mustaches.
Yeah,
lobsters, lobsters have mustaches. You know who doesn't? Crabs. Get out of here, crabs.
Get out of here. Can you even be a crustacean that way? Oh, I remember this with the like... We're like currently in game, just as a... I won't go without you until we have settled this question thoroughly.
Okay, so like, are these considered you know, like the flood? Because look, they have mustaches, like they're spore forms.
Yeah, these could be prawn flood.
I'm just saying.
I mean, the definition is loose. All right, you ready? Should I have had my like active camo on? I don't think the flood really care about active camo, do they?
Unless they can smell you.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, deodorant or perfume or cologne.
I suppose.
You lead the way.
Well, I left you.
Oh, wait, this isn't you?
What?
Oh, the guy with the energy storage.
No, I have like a green triangle over my head.
That is true.
You know, it's not quite a HUD, but it's close. All right, I have. This
so
is as far as I feel confident going.
I was gonna say,
Did we finish this? I can't remember. I can't remember.
Well, you know my thing. Zombies come back to life, and
I do remember that.
I'm getting rid of these dead corpses.
I feel like we maybe... You know what? I understand now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna kick you. We're leaving. Because I remember why. I just went to the first unplayed mission in co-op, but I remember that we skipped it because we were like super close. We did Delta Halo. Step.
Yeah.
And then we did... Now we're into Regret. Nope. Normal. This one. Normal. Nope. We already did Regret.
Yeah, because you were talking about the water.
So then we're looking at Sacred Icon.
did you guys? Yeah, yeah. That's the
Yeah.
next. Yep, that's it. Because that's the
Okay.
next Arbiter mission.
Yes. Okay. And we're back.
So I just want to tell you how many birds attacked me in Far Cry 5.
You know what? I popped in for just a second, and then you were like, "Ah, get away from me, bird!" And I was like, "What do you mean?"
Well, in Far Cry, the animals are really, really, really aggravated at
Pretty
the
hostile.
world, and they. Well, yeah, that's the nice way of putting it.
I mean, like when people are walking around just setting them on fire, I feel like there is. And then I was there when your dog got into a fight with turkey. There was that.
Yeah, dog killed the turkey, by the way.
Oh, well, good for him.
Changing of the guard.
Woo! Oh, and then there's the grunts. Yeah, okay, I remember this. Lobster sort of like mentioned it. They're like pseudo Wookiee creatures. Wow, look how beautiful the graphics are here.
They're like gorilla men.
They are. They're like gorilla.
This is like Planet of the Apes.
Kinda is. I really appreciate how like all the elites and stuff, they have their little like mandibles on their face like grasshoppers. Like they have an upper and a lower mandible, you know, like jaw pieces and stuff. But I really appreciate that they put little shields on them that move, you know, like.
You know what's even more amazing is that you put your hands up as if they were you embraced the mandibles.
Well, I can't not talk with my hands. Every once in a while, Sevi will grab my hands and be like, "No, explain that again," and can't do it. He thinks it's hilarious. All the people in the whole world who talk with their hands just sort of like grab them and be like, "Okay, you can do this. Just use your words."
So, you know what's funny? So, you know how we were talking about Disney Plus?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm one of those people that is annoyed that when you watch something as a kid and then like you don't get to see the whole series of a TV show, you know, it always bothered me. So on Disney Plus, I actually went back and I watched Gargoyles.
Oh no.
You remember that series?
Vaguely. Keep talking, because I have a reason why.
The main character's name is Goliath, who's the main gargoyle, and he is actually the same voice actor as the Arbiter.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
And with your help, we found it.
That's really cool.
We plied the oracle with questions, and it, with clarity and grace, has shown us.
I love how these guys have such bad backs, and then I understand why they have such bad backs, because they just put a giant piece of brass on their shoulders to carry around.
Keith David is the actor of the Arbiter as well.
Okay.
And begin the great journey.
The voice actor, as well as the head gargoyle guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Keith David is. I loved him in the movie The Thing with Kurt Russell.
Okay.
That was a 1982 horror about alien that can take over bodies in Antarctica.
Only bodies that are in Antarctica, or is it?
No. Like there's a research station down in Antarctica.
Okay.
And they find an alien specimen in a block of ice, but the alien can take. It's like the Flood. It can take over bodies and copy them. The movie came out in 1982. It's really neat, by the way. I'd recommend it.
All right. I mean, I think I've seen it some. So now, this is. I feel like sometimes I'm bad at being a millennial, because there are so many shows. I mentioned I was homeschooled.
Right.
So we were pretty, I'm not going to say overly sheltered, because I definitely knew some overly sheltered homeschoolers. But like in terms of our like media consumption, it was not a lot.
Okay.
Oh wow, you can like zoom with on the keyboard. That's exciting. Is it Z for zoom? It is. Well, that's rad. Okay. Anyhow, so there was just a ton of shows that were like on the no list. Well, that's cool. Do we just jump down here? I'm gonna.
Yep.
It's been so long since I played this game. So it was like we weren't allowed to watch. I'm trying to think of what the time period that was. So like no Transformers, no G.I. Joe, definitely no Simpsons, no Rugrats. Recess was later on allowed. Trying to think. No, was Cat Dog an older one? I don't know. There were so many things. And then also no Sesame Street.
Wow.
And then my aunt briefly for a long time like kept kind of coming up with different Disney movies that we couldn't watch also. So no Beauty and the Beast, no Lion King.
That's interesting. Oh, you might want to shoot these. These things spawn sentinels.
Oh. I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah, they'll like right now. The one above us is flashing. No. Like
I see it. Yep.
Yeah. Just to let you know, because they will keep. Yeah, they will keep spawning sentinels.
Oh, that's a thing I didn't know.
You can actually throw a grenade at the ones that are like their lids are closed with the red lights. You could throw a sticky grenade like this one over here, for
Okay.
example, just to get rid of it.
Oh.
Like you might want to throw it above. Or there you go. There you go.
Oh, well, legit.
That'll save you some time from sentinels spawning and.
There you go. So but yeah.
No, I'm intrigued. Like, was it like?
So some of it had to do with like with religious reasons. Some of it had to do with like just general fear of like too much screen time and media influence and stuff.
Okay.
So it wasn't all completely like ridiculous. Oops, sorry, that's our guy. I keep shooting.
Yeah.
It's just
Shoot the
the worst.
robots.
My bad.
I was saying that to myself. I was like, shoot the rope. I've seen Will Smith's movie I, Robot.
Shoot the robots.
So like now that you're an adult, like I'm just because this is fascinating. This is good. Like, do you like okay? And you have children. You know, are you like? Are you like more open to like letting them watch certain shows if you know like what the subject matter is, or?
Yeah, I think that I am both more open and less open in some ways because so many of those shows that I didn't get to watch as a kid, like when I grew up and watched them, I was catching all of the adult jokes and stuff, and I was like, is that, you know? And so I don't necessarily have a concept really of like having experienced stuff that went over my head and like not catching it as a kid. And so when I watch things, I'm like cringing the whole time because I'm like, oh my gosh, like please don't get that, because it just wasn't like my experience as much. Like there was like with The Great Mouse Detective, which was for a long time until The Emperor's New Groove came out, that was my favorite Disney movie. And that has some pretty like not okay like
Carol.
lyrics in the songs and stuff. And so that I did catch, like as a kid I used to watch that movie all the time, and so then when I like grew up and then watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what everybody else is feeling like, having grown up watching other things, and then like you get older and then you catch the jokes, or like
Right.
I assume people got older and watched like G.I. Joe and they were like, wow, they are like really low on the plot end and like just a little bit misogynist. I mean, it was just like watching it as an adult, I was like, I don't get this. Like it doesn't flow. But you know, and I don't have the nostalgia of it, or like Transformers too. Like I just don't have any Transformers nostalgia. And then when I watch those shows, like I'm no longer a kid experiencing it for the first time. So like,
we got to turn them from green to blue. That's right. Oh, that one's good.
Okay.
Oh, because the pillars. Yeah, the pillars. I didn't get.
What?
What? Like, watch. If you destroy it, see how the pillar like lifts up.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yep, like that one's good because look, the pillars.
Yep.
One more.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit interesting. And then, I mean, coming to like Harry Potter, like completely. So now that was when Harry Potter became like a real craze, sort of when I was starting college, and I read the first book, but I think I was already, and maybe the first couple books were out, but I think I was like past the original craze. Like initial, like, oh my gosh, Harry Potter. And my family wasn't like into it, and my mom was kind of like worried about what sort of influences were involved, and like it just wasn't like a thing. So I read the first book, and then I've watched some of the movies, but I still like I could tell you some names and some general plot lines, but I don't know. I feel like kind of left out of a lot of y'all's nostalgia.
So what do you have nostalgia for?
Star Trek, Star Wars, The Terminator, The Matrix.
Come with me if you want to live.
Some like, and we also listened to, my mom really leaned in hard on the like, let's make sure that you don't, I mean, I'm really grateful for it, but she bought us tons and tons of old time radio shows, like the stuff that was on the radio in like 50s and 60s.
Wow.
So I just grew up making all of these jokes from like the 1950s about like Jack Benny and like Burns and Allen and Life of Riley, and like everybody just looked at me like, what? And then a lot of like old movies and stuff too. So it was like, and you don't realize it, but like you're making like jokes that were like in references that are, 50, 60 years old. And so I had to sort of like recognize, like, you can't just make a joke and say like, oh yeah, that's just like Jack Benny. 'Cause it's not something they're just gonna get. So like I remember when I was 12, we were leaving for this like church retreat in Chicago, and I was in the back seat of the van, and I was pretty devastated because it was the day that Bob Hope had died.
Ooh.
So one of my friends was like, what's wrong? I was like, Bob Hope died. I just, and they were like, aw, was he your dog? And I was like, I think that was really when I realized that like I need to get some more modern references under my belt, So, but I don't feel like I missed out on anything in terms of like life enjoyment. It was just a whole different track that I went on.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, because I knew a couple people that were, homeschooled. Like at first they were in the education system,
Mm-hmm.
and then it switched over to homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that this is just, again, now hopefully,
No, I'm not offended.
No, I'm not saying offended. It's just like, this is just my understanding of it, because here, I'll give you an example. So there's a big streamer that plays like the Call of Duty stuff, right? And,
Okay.
And I went into somebody's hashtag support small streamers. So
Okay.
I went into a smaller stream last night, and I said to the person, I was like, hey, how's it going? Blah blah blah. We were talking, and she brings up that streamer, like the big one, like the HBO style streamer, right?
Okay.
And she goes, yeah, I like watching him because he's like a lot of people from Michigan. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, because I don't know, I'm not from Michigan. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
So she's saying, yeah, people from Michigan. This is her trying to explain, like, first of all, her understanding of Michigan people, Michiganians, because she's no longer from Michigan. She now lives in California, this person.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, I like watching him because he's like a Michiganian, like they say what's on their mind and they don't care what they say to offend. And I'm like, in my head, I didn't say this to him, but I was like, so you're saying Michiganian is just like people that are just, what's the word? People that are just insensitive, or people that are
with no filters.
or no filters. Yeah, because I've countered no filtered people, Are they Michiganian in her way of thinking?
Does this count?
No. It was one of those things where I'm like, I don't think you grasp the concept that I don't think it's a Michiganian thing. I think it's a personality thing, and she's picking up on those like, oh, I moved out in California and people aren't like as like they can crack jokes or whatever, as compared to the Californians. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that there is. I mean, I could see her like understanding of like, and I would even say that as a Midwestern thing, like being a little bit more like open. Like, I mean, I could see the strangeness. Sorry, continue. I'm just.
No. I was just no, because then the tie back to the whole, I think it's based off of people's hold on, let me switch out this pistol, or switch out this. There we go. Oh. I think it's like based off of like people's upbringing and people's understanding of different like subculture, I guess, because she was relating something to like a state, and I'm like, that's more of like a personality trait, unless you're telling me people from that, from your neck of the woods are like always like that.
We're not jerks always. But yeah, it's true. Like your general understanding, like I think she was just missing the like more openness and straightforwardness instead,
Right.
and like just didn't know how to like describe it. Because I feel like even though Midwesterners have a lot of like pretense to them, like if you ask them how they're doing, and they like though most of the time, like it may be in a general code of like if you ask them and they're having a bad day, like they may speak in code by saying, "Oh, it's going."
Okay.
And that's pretty much code for like it's not going great. And then like they'll say things, like that's not my favorite, or it's like this, and they're not super concerned about like being offensive, because everybody just sort of gives each other a little bit more like measure.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, like I can see it, but yeah, I could understand how it would come off as like a.
My thing with that person that I'm referencing, like the small streamer, was like I feel like I get there's cultural thing or regional things, but like at the same time it's like, well, people can still be like, I felt like she was describing personality than a regional.
Right. Yeah, that's not
thing.
like a regional thing.
Like being a quote unquote tool or being outspoken isn't a regional thing. You know what I mean? That's like.
Oh, I just got killed by one of those little bitty.
Oh, I'm dead too.
I'm so sad. Okay. This is what would happen to me in a lab in college all the time. Like I'd end up just
flood?
Mistakes were made, Lost. No, we would just, like, lab partners and I, we would just get in a conversation about something, and then we'd just totally mess something up. And, like, the bright side of this game is that it doesn't have, like, 3 hours of consequences where you're just sitting there, like, what have we done?
That, or we didn't, like, we didn't unleash the physical form of COVID onto the world.
Yeah.
AKA the flood.
The flood. This is definitely, like, if you... We're looking at COVID under the microscope. It must look like flood.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I completely. That's the thing the media is hiding. Forget all this other conspiracy theory.
Oh, obviously. And then I also was like, and then just to also kind of bring up the whole like regional thing, I think it's that whole nature versus nurture debate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you as a science teacher, you probably know about that stuff.
Yeah, generally.
like your upbringing versus like what you actually
Mm-hmm.
like. So like as a human being is one thing, but like how you're raised is something completely different kind of thing.
Right.
Oh, hi, Sebi.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back. Did you have a good run?
He ran.
Yeah. I did. I was just coming to listen to you guys.
Aw. You're so sweet. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it was all about you, by the way. So now that
was
you're here,
100%.
now we can change the subject.
Then we gotta talk about something completely different.
Right.
Yeah, we're done talking about you now.
Oh, good. All good things, right?
All good things.
Except that
best
one
things.
thing. Except that one thing. Oh, I got shot in the face.
Oh, lost. Please don't clip that. There was a flood right next to you, just so you know, okay?
What am I not clipping?
Because I definitely shot you in the face.
Oh. All right, so I guess
Friendly fire.
I guess friendly fire runs in the family.
Yeah, it happens. It's a thing I'm working on.
What, murder of your? Oh wow,
Making
they're
the
not
stream
letting
more
me spawn.
exciting? I don't know, I mean...
For those that don't know, Lobster has shot Bird multiple times.
Lobster
In
thinks it's
previous
hilarious. Lobster does it on purpose, though. That's different. That's so different. I was trying to protect you, Lost, and you got in the way.
No
I
comment.
think. I'm like the Quaker who said, "Friend, I would not shoot thee for the world, but thou art standing where I'm about to shoot." Is that a real Quaker saying?
Well, I
Have you
guess
not
I.
heard it?
Since I'm probably more of a Quaker than anybody, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never heard that until literally
I just butchered
August
it.
2nd, aka now.
I think I heard it first, and I butchered it there. But it was like, "Sir, I would not hurt thee for the world, but thou art standing where I'm about to shoot." And it was like I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, it's just the Quaker version of like, it's not personal.
but here's a shotgun to the face.
Yeah, you know. That's how this stuff works.
Oh,
Is this a hole I should jump down? That's
nope,
not
and
a hole.
actually, you can hold the action button on these things too. You don't have to shoot them.
Oh,
Save ammo.
well, that's cool.
That should have been disclosed, but
You just like shooting him. That's fine. Let's see. How do I turn on my flashlight again? Because it's not F for flashlight.
you
it's F
you
for
don't have a
frag.
flashlight. You have active camo.
Because
you're
I'm the
the
arbiter.
Master Chief has the flashlight.
Dude, how is it that you can have active camo, but they don't give you a friggin' flashlight? They're like,
Well-
hey, you know what we'll do? We'll give
Well,
you the opposite of a
unless you're
flashlight.
telling ghost stories, why do you need a flashlight?
It's true.
I mean, wouldn't it be like counterintuitive to like go with active camo and suddenly start flashing a light around?
Well,
is
okay,
also
yes,
true.
it would be, but I mean, like, it's the same sort of counterintuitive if you go with active camo and you pick up a sword.
I thought the sword still camouflages.
Oops, I went the wrong way.
Well, in Halo 3, it finally becomes invisible, which it should have been.
It becomes invisible or visible?
In this game, it's visible, like you can
I feel like
see
it is, yeah.
In Halo 3, when you have a sword, it goes invisible, like
Which I think is smart.
like a ghost or clear water.
Or clear water. Ooh, battle rifle. So I do enjoy the keyboard more than the controller for this game, and I feel a little bit like I'm betraying my young self.
No, you're just evolving.
I'm
like
evolving.
The flood.
I'm changing
Like the flood.
into a newer, better me. Hopefully not like the flood. Ideally, I would like all of my limbs to stay.
Oh, I died.
Please don't
I-
clip that.
Why would I clip myself dying?
I don't know. You shouldn't, though. Don't go
Why-
back looking for
I'm
it.
not-
That would be
I'm not-
silly.
I mean,
You
is-
just...
right now it's all about bird, because the bird is the word. You know? I had my fun earlier by
Somebody
looking at
figure
wild
out-
birds. and you know, other
You keep
wildlife
being
and
like-
cultists.
And cultists. Yeah, that was like... The villain in that game was like really... I mean, that had to be a really fun voice acting job, honestly.
That wasn't even the main villain. That was just like
The
his brother, like
Like
his
the-
younger brother.
That's awesome.
It's like 3 brothers and like a girl that they were like, "Hey, we like you. Do you want to do some? Do you want to like manipulate the county of Montana that's made up so we can spread our word?" Kind of thing.
Sounds good to me. I mean, I can't see how any girl would refuse.
I think she was the main character's like lover, I guess is the word I'd use. Like that's the guess I'm making. Or they found her and they were like, "Hey, we really want you to be a part of our." Oh my gosh, the shotgun! I got killed because, you know, shotgun.
That time it wasn't me. So.
No, well, the last 2 haven't been you.
Okay, good news. Sad.
No, they're killing me with the human like looking flood are killing me with the shotgun.
Oh, sad news.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about that.
No, I don't want to talk about how I just killed a sentinel. It exploded and I died.
Sentinels are off. I keep going backwards to do that. Okay.
Oh, I want to find my shotgun.
Where is it?
Dude, where is my shotgun?
I was hiding behind this wall out here, so I'm hoping all my stuff is still there. Or some of my stuff.
All right, well, here's a shotgun, but it's not the shotgun.
Oh.
Oh, well.
But yeah, I think I am still really bad at melee in this game with the keyboard. Like, it just doesn't feel right to reach up and hit. What is it, Q? It's Q, but I don't want to drop my dual wheel to...
Oh, you can change the key bindings.
Didn't
like,
you
I
say
have-
that it doesn't work, though?
Well, so far it's working. Like,
Okay.
Maybe it was a bug that they fixed. I don't know.
I just don't... Maybe...
I have it as F.
Well, that's what I've just finally learned to do for grenades. Have to see. Sad days. Every once in a while, like when we make like 5 whole minutes of progress without me dying, I think, wow, maybe we should be getting into multiplayer. And then I die. And then it's like, you know what? I shouldn't be in multiplayer yet.
I think you should be in
It's
multiplayer.
not
Why
my
not?
time yet. I was in multiplayer, honestly, for a little while, and it was... Oops.
I died again.
It wasn't me. I watched it happen out of the corner
it's
of my
the
screen.
guys with the shotguns.
Every time, man.
Are we playing on heroic, normal? What are we playing this one?
You know what? I mean, we could
No.
say it's on heroic.
No, is it heroic?
It's on normal, I think.
Oh, well then I'm just terrible.
Same.
Like, how do I go from like maining Halo when it came out slash back in like over 20 years ago? Wait, was it 20 years ago?
It was a long time ago. I think it
2000.
was
Would you say 2004 is like within the 20 years?
I think it
ago mark?
counts.
Yeah. So I'm like Halo 2 is my first Xbox Live on the original Xbox game.
Nice.
And then here I am just like letting little
I
mutant
know.
killing me.
It is not great for my ego. But yeah, I mean, I used to be pretty good. Like, this was my first Xbox Live. This may have been my only live experience, Halo 2. I can't think of any other games that I played a lot live.
All right, I am not going.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what? You know what, Flood? You're more of a. You're like the bigger enemy.
Oh.
Man, those big ones are annoying.
They're not awesome. Hey! There you go. Does shooting them with their own weapons work? Yes, it does. Okay, I think we got him. Don't jump off the side, though. Oh.
Oh, I didn't realize I hit tab and I was playing on different graphics.
Oh.
I did not realize I was playing on the old
Sometimes
graphics.
that's awesome. Sometimes it's helpful to play with the old graphics, I feel like, because it makes it a lot cleaner. Like in CE, I think basically every single time, like 100% of the time, new graphics was better. But in Halo 2, once in a while, it's helpful. Where are you? Let me hit you. But I do really love, I know I've said this, I'm just gonna be, someday when we have like real editors working for us who go back through our streams and highlight it, they can make a compilation of all the times that I said, this game is so beautiful.
Well, oh wait. So I found out that you can actually buy Halo Infinite on Steam, so you don't have to necessarily buy an Xbox Series X.
Well, that's good news because I won't be.
Or you don't have to buy it through the Microsoft Store on like Windows 10.
Okay.
So Steam is another outlet that you could potentially buy if you plan on getting Halo Infinite.
That's great news. Dude, I just picked up your old plasma rifle and it's like 3
No ammo.
left. Yeah. And I picked up another one that also has 3 left. Dang it. I'm useless here. There we go. Well, that's exciting. I'll have to like, I don't know. I haven't bought a game that was like new. It's been a while.
The most recent game I bought was the new Paper Mario.
Nice. That did look kind of fun. And see, that's another thing I didn't really have. Like, we didn't, I mean, so my first video games that we played were like, we had an old Atari. And we played Pong briefly until we broke the Atari.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then we
You broke
had,
it.
yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Oh,
Being kids, probably. I don't know. But, like, then we got, when we were in Florida, at a garage sale, because every Saturday when we were in Florida, because we'd be visiting my great-grandparents, and every Saturday, my great-grandma would take us rummage sailing. It would be like a whole family event. And she would
Right.
give all of us kids, like, a little, like a sandwich bag with $1 in it to spend, which, I mean, tells you, I mean, I guess now at at rummage sales, garage sales, you could still make out with a decent stuff for $1. But back then, you know, it was awesome. But
Right.
like the thing was, it was kind of like the lottery because she didn't count the change. She would just like reach in and grab like a handful that felt like $1 from her change jar and put it into all these baggies and then just pass them out. So like you could have, you know, you could have $3 or you could have 72 cents. And it was, so like we'd get them and then we'd count up and then we'd like make fun of each other for not having much or a lot or whatever. And then we would, you know, divvy up to make it equal, and then we'd go. But we found at one of those rummage sales an N64 with 3 games and convinced our parents that it would be a really good idea for us to own this. It had 2 controllers, and the games were ranked worst to best. Wave Race, did you play N64? Of course, I'm sure you did. Of course you did.
Of course. Hey, what does that mean?
Well, you're a gamer, and you're a millennial, so like I feel like all of us. Look at that! I had the opportunity to shoot this guy, and in the process kill you, and I made the call and didn't. And you're still alive. Anyhow, so it was Wave Race. Did you ever play that? It was like a like they're called like jet skis. Basically, it was jet ski racing, and it was terrible. So we didn't play that very much. And there was Star Wars Episode 1 pod racing, and that was rad. We played a lot of pod racing.
Right.
And even better was my first FPS. It was 007 GoldenEye. And we played so much GoldenEye. Like, so much. On this little, like the little TVs that had the, like, built-in VCR. And they were, like, maybe an 18-inch screen. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That had, like, the handle on the top. Because whenever we would travel, my dad would, like, hook one of those up to a car battery in the back of the car.
That sounds like a story.
Well, we would, since we did a lot of, like, long-distance travel in our, like, big white 15-passenger van. And so my dad is an engineer, so he would, like, he had a UPS, which is an uninterrupted power supply thing. So it's got, like, a battery backup in it, I think. And he would hook that up to a deep cycle car battery. And my mom bought the thing so that she could, and I'm sure the statute of limitations for pirating is over, but she would record all of our movies. So she got the thing so that you could record from a VHS tape, even though it was copyright material, onto other stuff. And she would record like 5 or 6 movies onto one, like, videotape. And then we would just watch those all the way to Florida and back. And it was pretty awesome. But so we had this TV always, and then we ended up, like, we were in Florida for a few weeks. And it's great as a homeschooler, travel-wise, because you can go during all the off-seasons, and, like, so we would go for, like, all of December, which isn't necessarily, like, off-season, but, like, the end of November, beginning of December is. And so we would be there for weeks, just hanging out and buying all the really good stuff from the rummage sales. But we just basically from that, as soon as we went, like, that first Saturday with the N64, we just played that for the rest of the time. But I'm not totally positive where I was going with that.
Negative, ma'am. They are not coming.
But
Cover that doorway.
it's there. I feel like I've reached that stage where I just, like, A, tell stories over and over again, and B, can't remember what I was trying, like, the point I was trying to make with the stories by the end of it, like, way too early in my life. Like, I feel like I should have gotten a few more years of cohesive storylines.
No, I was following along pretty well.
Okay, cool. That's great news. Every once in a while, I think it would have been really cool to be part of the, like, the chorale for this. Chorus? The people who sing for these things. Is it chorus or is it chorale? Because I feel like chorale is also a word I've read.
A corral is like a thing where you where you herd, like, livestock.
No, but because then if you can't just say chorus music, because then there's, like, I mean, there's chorus lines, but that's different. But I'm pretty sure chorale is a thing. CHORALE. Does this
Like,
sound familiar to you?
like the OK Corral, you know?
No, 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 no.
Which is where a horrible shooting happened in Arizona.
Yeah, I
by the
mean,
way. During the Wild West.
yeah.
Oh, it's over here.
Okay.
I was just letting you know.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like that's a word. I just don't know how to use it. Any hoodle. Whenever it's that horrible,
Hoodle?
like.
wait. Hoodle? Hold on. What was that?
You know,
What's a hoodle?
I feel.
No, I gotta know what the hoodle is.
I don't know where the hoodle came from. I just started saying it a while back, and I can't get rid of it. You know, it's just one of those weird things that happens. I feel like as a Midwesterner, I'm allowed to have multiple things like that.
Hoodle?
Any hoodle. I feel like something. I feel like it's something somebody from like, I don't know, further north than I live would say. Any hoodle. I just feel like singing this music would be so stressful, and then having to do multiple takes of it, and then going home and having it stuck in your head. I mean, like, for how often you have to practice it and like know everything about it. And, like, I just feel like it would stress me out for weeks and weeks, and then I suddenly wouldn't be able to sleep, and like, I'd end
Sorry, I
up
still
dying.
can't get over the word hoodle. Sorry.
Any hoodle. It flows. Try it. Just if you just say any hoodle, it's a great. It feels like a nice transition, like a cheerful. I'm ready to talk about another thing now. You know. No.
The word just it sounds like it's like any hoodle. It's like like when I hear the word hoodle, it's like first thing that comes to mind is strudel, and then it's like
Any
now we're
strudel. See,
any
then
strudel.
now I'm hungry.
Yoo-hoo. All right, well,
Yoo-hoo.
get some food then.
Well, I'm in the middle of killing the flood. Boop.
Well, there's a thing called Uber Eats. They deliver.
I'll just open the door.
Ooh, carbine.
We live within spitting distance. Do you guys have Chipotle out there?
Yes.
We live within spitting distance of Chipotle. Like,
All right. I'm gonna test that theory.
like if I look out,
Yeah.
if I look out my front window, I can see a Chipotle, and now Chipotle has an app, which is even more dangerous. So I can just like open up the app, and I can, and it tells me what my most recent order was, and it's like, would you like to reorder that again? And then I get to be like, well, yeah, I would.
Since this whole like stay-at-home stuff, I haven't even had Chipotle. So that's a.
Oh, it's so sad. You've not done the like pickup, because you can.
No. I just my Chipotle, I have to drive to it.
Oh, that's
Like 20-ish minutes.
There's this thing called Uber Eats.
Oh
where
yeah,
they
tell
just,
me
they
about
just,
it. This video is sponsored by Uber Eats.
they just bring it to your door. It's awesome.
There's a thing called DoorDash too.
Oh yeah, and Grubhub. Is that a
Yes.
thing? Okay, that's another.
We're
So
just saying
now-
apps at this point.
Yeah, just app names is great. We actually did one time it was the dead of winter. Sometime, I think it might have been last year. I don't know. I think it might have been this last winter, the first time we ordered Chipotle. So I ordered it with the app, and then it was like, we have free delivery right now for your first whatever. And I was like, cool, like we're driving, we're tired, it's snowy. And I didn't consider at all that there would be an app connection to this. I just thought that the people of Chipotle would get a delivery order and they'd be like, wow, it's just across the street. This is awesome. We don't have to drive through the ice and the snow, because it was like a blizzard. And so then I ordered it and I was like, cool, it should be here by the time we get home, because we're about 15 minutes from home. And, Chipotle is about 30 seconds from our house. So like we'll get home, we'll be unloading, we'll get the kids in bed, and then we'll have warm, delicious Chipotle brought to us by a person who is happy to deliver it to us for the same tip that we would give to anybody else who was going to deliver it to us, but they only had to drive for 2 minutes, right? Well, we get home and I'm like, after about 5 minutes being home, I'm like, where's our food? What's the deal? And I look, and as it turns out, then it's like, your driver is on their way. And our driver was like still like 5 minutes from Chipotle still. So we had made some poor schmuck go out in a blizzard, drive to Chipotle so that he could deliver our Chipotle across the street to us. And I felt so bad. Anyhow, that's how I learned that Chipotle doesn't have their own delivery.
Oh yeah. Man, now I'm getting hungry even though I eat dinner. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Well, it's not your fault. Well,
Things
it's kind of your
happen.
fault.
It is
but
a little bit
not,
my fault.
Not fully your fault.
It's not my responsibility, but it is my fault.
No, you're an ad. You're just like advertising for. Abada, what are you doing here?
Do you want warm, delicious burritos? Chipotle.
I might have to like grab some chips or something.
Customizable Tex-Mex. Oh, that guy has a sword. I'm not alright with that. But I would like his sword. Now
Well, that guy lost his carbine, and I'm gonna pick up the carbine and use it against the flood.
Okay. But if you see a carbine, it's mine.
All right. Well, I'll let you know when we're. I'll let you know if I ever see
One of
something so
those.
far-fetched.
Such an unbelievable name.
I'll let you know when I see a unicorn flying across the screen.
You know what? I really want to dive down this hole, but probably that's not where we're headed.
No, we're just doing waves of flood until a cutscene with vehicles.
Oh,
Sorry,
cool.
spoilers. But then again, this game's old, so
Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't
not
think
sorry.
it counts anymore. Did you see the meme with the teacher who like, and maybe I probably have more like experience with teacher memes because they just show up on my feed all the time. But basically this guy, every time his like kids were talking in his class, he would just slowly start writing Avengers Endgame spoilers
oh wow.
on the board, like really slowly. And then all of them would get quiet really fast.
Okay, I think there's a flood that's like
Single
hidden.
flood.
Wait, there's flood over here. Hold on. He was stuck in up here.
Oh. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like one of those like kill the waves of enemies.
Oh, there's still one more. Where is it though? Is it down this hole?
Well,
I don't want to go down the hole, but it says there's one down there. Can we throw a grenade?
let's find out.
We have the same idea.
Well, wait, hold on. They're shooting over here, so maybe it.
Oh. Almost fell down the hole. It's okay. I'm fine.
Oh, there's one just standing over here. No. Dude, stop. All right, you shot me at the shotgun again.
I
Come on.
saw that.
Dude, it's a
That's-
sniper.
That's so sad.
Watch out for the sniper shotgun, everyone. Oh, all right, all right.
Is it still alive? Okay. Oh, and then there's one of you guys. There is no reason to take that thing out with a rocket
No,
launcher, but it's what I
No,
have.
there's every reason to do what you just did.
Is this thing running from me? It is. I think you are running from me. That's awesome.
Trying to find like a weapon that isn't the plasma pistol.
Let me know if you want like a rocket launcher or something, because I have one.
Ooh, look, there's a phantom. It's here to back us up. Like,
Yes.
finally.
Great timing, guys.
Now drop off your troops, because that's the only reason why you're here.
It's true.
Oh,
Oh,
checkpoint done. All right, so far so good.
yeah, that I haven't died in multiple minutes. I'm pretty sure.
I've died like 5 times since we played with you.
That is okay. See, that's what having casual gamer in my streamer bio is for. The dying. Constantly. That business, that's what I have casual gamer in. It's okay. We're just casual here. Because, yeah. The people, though, in multiplayer social were like, and it wasn't even like hardcore or anything. It was like, I wasn't playing ranked. I was just playing social, and it was like tough. And I mean, I guess it's still sort of ranked a little bit, but like, I mean, I got some kills in, but it was like, it was awful on the whole.
Retrieve the icon and burn any flood that stand in our way.
What an inspiring speech, honestly.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Not quite as inspiring as the president's speech in Independence Day, but on the board.
What do you want? Do you want the ghost or do you want the specter? It's like a warthog. It's the equivalent of a warthog.
Right. Well, if you drive, then I can shoot.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Or
know if you
vice
wanted.
versa.
I didn't know if you wanted the AI to. Oh, okay. It looks like they're driving.
Okay, guy, go.
Oh, wait. Hold on a minute.
Is it gonna run you right over?
You know what? I'll drive. Oh, all right. Never mind. I guess I'll side saddle for now. Whatevs. I mean, I was gonna get in the
I
ghost.
suppose
but,
AI could have done it. Oh yeah. Did somebody else take the ghost then? Wow, why is
Yeah.
this AI such a bad driver? Come on.
All right, I'll drive. Hold on.
Okay,
Let me
do it.
try and kick him out. Ride. Wait, no. No. Wait. Drive, Spectre. It says ride. There we go. Okay. Now you two guys get on the side, just so we have cover.
Come on, guys.
All right. There we go.
I do appreciate that they took off from like CE. They took off the life bar of your passengers. I feel
Oh,
like
they're friendly.
Yep. I feel like that was unnecessary in CE. Like your passenger is about to die.
Big-
like no,
a big
that
boy
can't be
at
what
12
I'm
o'clock.
focusing on.
Yeah, this game, like this vehicle, only showed up, I think, in this game. Oh,
Which
ooh,
one
somebody
do
got
I
a
get?
beam rifle. They're gonna do some.
Alright.
Another 12 o'clock. There you go.
Oof.
I'm on my way.
In front of us now. 12 o'clock for the vehicle.
Oh, that's one of
One
ours.
at or 1 o'clock. There you go.
Like it's great. Like we were just listening to.
Flood. Oh, that's a flood.
You know
Okay.
what, Lost? I'm convinced. I just really am convinced that we were just recently listening to choral music and not chorus music. But
All right,
it's-
Dweller.
we're gonna, I just feel like I have to Google, but not yet. I won't
Or-
leave you mid-game.
Ooh, there's a tank if you want to use that.
Ew.
You are the MVP right now.
Ooh.
What do you want? What do you want? The
Do you
Scorpion
want
or?
the scorpion?
No, I'm asking you. It's all
I
you.
don't know, man.
I can keep driving.
guess.
I can
You
keep driving with these guys.
All right, take them.
Hold on, let me see if I can get a.
I'll come just a lot slower. Oh, this tank is like half blown up, so
Oh,
could
let
be
me.
fine.
Yeah, let me see if I can shish you off, but also drive. Oh, oh wait, no, I can have a full stack of elites. No, come to
Go.
me. I need a gunna.
Don't ride on me.
Oh, hurry
Go
before
right
that
here.
right shooter. All right, there we go. I got one. Elite.
Why is it
get-
elite refuse?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no! Are you alright? Okay, I
my-
honestly thought
just
that
my
that
pride.
was on our side.
Well, the entrance is this way.
Alright. But yeah, going from whatever those other people were singing as a choir music
There you
to
go.
all of a sudden now we have this like fabulous sort of like Nightwish-esque. I think it's a great jump. Also, I am angry for how choir is spelled and pronounced. There isn't a reason for that.
Why?
Well, think about it. How's it spelled? C-H-O-I-R. Excuse me, what?
Aren't we looking a little bit too deep into the spelling?
I think what happened was the people who decided to spell it that way weren't looking deep enough. Because that says chore. They're with a useless I. I don't understand.
Come on, Elite, shoot it. We can give Bird cover. Okay, never mind, Elite.
Also, I could kill it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm being boarded. I'm boarded. Oh,
There is 100%. Did you know that those flying big things can just pick you up?
No.
It just came over and it picked me up like the claw from one of those games.
You're in a crane game.
Like I was a prize. That is, I mean, that's really cool, but also I'm not okay with that. It's rude. Probably choir is just another French word.
Oh,
Some sort of flitzy, like, let's add extra letters so that nobody else can access our language.
choir. Look at the
Choir.
choir. Look at the choral music. Under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. Everything's bigger. Everything's better when it is wetter.
Yeah, copyright. Totally.
Copyright claim by Disney on a 20-year-old movie, 30-year-old movie. Is it? You know what's sad? Like when you're saying like, "Hey, that was like 20 years old." No, wait, it was really 30. Ooh.
Yeah. Or like, I think that The Little Mermaid came out. What did it come out in the 90s?
If anything, 90 or 91.
Maybe. Because I always am really surprised that... Oh, I'm about to die. Like Snow White, that's from... And Bambi, those are from the 50s.
That is the classical era of Disney.
Which I just, like... I'm always surprised at, like, how old that... I mean, I guess when I'm watching them, I'm not that surprised. But, okay, so here... So you and your wife are... You've ranked these. So...
Actually, go on. I have to tell you about that. Go ahead.
Okay. So, true or false? Classic Disney is better than new Disney.
Now, by classic Disney, are you just saying the 40s and 50s?
I could cut classic off as soon as they sort of got it. As soon as Disney started pairing with Pixar.
Okay,
I don't
so
know
like,
what the official cutoff is, but
believe it
that's
or
what I
not,
would cut
there's a renaissance, and that was like right around the Lion King era.
Okay.
That was actually that's a thing.
Disney Renaissance.
Yeah, it's like when they revamped their animation.
I just fell down a hole. So sad. So sad. Okay, that makes some sense to me.
I do like if you're like I do like the older Disney animation, like Lion King, like, you know, I don't know, Pinocchio, you know, stuff like that. More than the modern. Well, to be fair, they haven't done hand-drawn animation. They've done CG animation.
Which is true.
Last hand-drawn they did was Princess and the Frog, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think that's been...
And that's only like a couple years. That was within the 2020 or no, the 2010s, or late 2000s, or somewhere in the 2010s.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of Princess and the Frog, to be honest.
That's fair. No, but she goes, did I post that video? And I was like, no, why? I didn't even edit it yet. And she goes, well, I want to redo it. I'm like, what? I'm like, she goes, I want to redo the list. I'm like, all right, fine, we can redo the list.
She did it and then she had regrets.
No, I don't think she remembered what she said.
Oh.
I know she was rushing through the video. Like, I was like, well, explain why you're putting certain movies in there. She was just like throwing them in, like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, all right, do you want to explain why you're booming?
No. Nope, just put it in there.
I'm like,
awesome.
yeah, people. I was like, wife. People want to know why you're, people like commentary. They don't want to.
Right.
They don't want to just see. They could do that. They could just throw random tier lists. Do you need a ride?
I do.
All right,
Is your
hop on.
janky thing gonna hold me?
It's. There you go.
I guess I will literally just ride. It'll be great. I feel like I like the more modern stuff better, and
There's another tank.
There is. I feel like in some ways, I appreciate that there's less problematic stuff in the newer movies. I feel like the plot is more accessible to kids. Although, and I mean, attention span is different now, so, like, I can't speak to what the culture was in receiving the other ones. Like, the other ones had such bright, the bright colors and the music and stuff was really fun, and a lot of the storylines were a little bit more in-depth, and...
Wasn't, like, everything, like... Now, everything was, like, not censorable, but, like... It wasn't as, like, monitored, I guess. Because there are certain movies that they're like take Dumbo. I love Dumbo, but it has a lot of like cultural, like, hey, this is outdated cultural context, and Disney Plus even says for certain movies or TV shows that like, please, viewer discretion is advised. This does have cultural depictions which do not reflect in nowadays. Because like Dumbo was made in the 40s, and of course people aren't as with it.
Right. And, like, some of that's understandable, but you know what? I think case in point, like, something that I feel like objectively should not have been... Why am I stuck here? Am I riding on my own tank?
Why did my game just, like... why did my computer just restart? I just gotta...
I'm on the loading screen. Did you get, like, something
No,
worse?
my computer is doing an update. Are you kidding me? It literally ripped me from the game. Well, luckily I'm still talking to you through my streaming computer. Otherwise,
Thanks, Windows.
Dude, I'm just sitting here like I didn't touch anything. Man, this is like a massive update. I am so sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
I can't believe I'm sitting here like looking at the word restarting right now.
That's awesome. Well, this is good because we can continue our like general
Chat.
Yeah. So
Thoughts?
So what I feel like objectively should not have been put in there. Like, have you seen The Great Mouse Detective?
Yes.
I feel like
she loves that movie too. She's like, oh my god, I want to watch it.
I feel like it is one of the more underrated movies of their like older stuff.
Right.
Because a lot of people like that I talked to and mentioned The Great Mouse Detective too. They're like, huh? So that's refreshing. And I have the same problem with The Emperor's New Groove, which really gets me because like that's one of my faves. But like the music is particularly okay. So they already have like a dance hall happening. Like they already have a saloon thing, and like I can sort of forgive like bar scenes in old movies because like I don't feel like it's necessarily like that ridiculous, like the drinking, smoking sort of cultural things, because they were, especially when it's highlighting that like these are bad guys and so they're in a bar or saloon. I think they were using it as a like, here's how you know they're bad guys because they're smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer. At least that's sort of how I take it. But like, I don't know. Like I can see how they like try to like have that there. And like, I don't know. I'm not super mad at it that they had a saloon. But then they have like the dance hall girls, which like, okay. You know, I'm okay with like if somebody, you know, like you can have the discussion as adults all day long, but like you're gonna throw it into a kids movie. You've got dance hall girl mice, and then this one in particular like sings a song that's called "Let Me Be Good to You," and it is as graphic as it sounds. Like there's literally a line in there that goes, "I'll take off all my clothes," and it's like that. That crosses a line for sure, and that crossed a line back then, and I don't understand how it made it into the movie. You know, like every other Disney movie, I feel like there's some things where it's like, I don't know. I mean, like, so for Dumbo, it's like, okay, culturally all right, and like depictions of different people, and then like, did they add this and that into like The Lion King and Aladdin, or are there new agey themes, or is there, you know, this and that? But I feel like Great Mouse Detective, they just stepped right over the line there. And I don't know.
I don't know. Were they trying to make it like a gritty because it's like inspired by Sherlock Holmes?
I mean, maybe, but like, I'd almost be more okay with like, and I mean, and again, this is one of those things. It's like it totally went over my head as a kid. But as an adult, when I watch it, it's like, it doesn't add to, like, if they had made it like an opium den, like, that's more on par with Sherlock Holmes. Like, I don't remember any dance halls or anything in the Sherlock Holmes books. Like, lots of opium dens. But, are you on back yet? I should be watching the friends list.
Given the movie you're referencing is a second one, which is more Wild West theme.
Wild West theme. That's not Five Goes West. I'm talking about Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, was it Great Mouse? Oh yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there are saloon scenes in like Five Goes West, and I think that there are some things, some depictions where it's like, okay, that's still on par, sort of like with the history, and sort of delves into it, and like kind of goes over kids' heads, and so it's like, okay, I kind of get that they're trying to like do a period piece, and so here it is. But it's like, even as an adult, it's not like, oh, this is hilarious. Like the humor, like there's adult humor in like Shrek, say, where it's like, okay, this goes over the kids' heads, but like adults can appreciate it because it's also hilarious. It was just like in there. It wasn't necessarily funny. I didn't feel like it added to the art. I didn't feel like it added to like making it a period piece. I didn't feel like it added to the Sherlock Holmes story. Like it just was there.
Right, I gotcha. Wow, this is like a super restart because it restarted like 2-3 times.
Oh no.
Well, I did get bugles while I was restarting.
So it's not all bad.
Yeah, I needed something to snack on.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Having discussed Chipotle, I feel that I think that bugles are a good response.
It's the only response I have right now. They're closed.
Did you eat all of your like German snacks already?
Well, first of all, they were
They weren't German, they were
UK.
Scottish.
UK, yeah.
UK, okay.
No, I just wanted bugles.
Bugles. I haven't had bugles in a really long time. Like I haven't had bugles since my fingers like actually still fit into the triangles.
Well, time to buy bugles and see if you can still do that.
Because I remember the witch fingers as a kid. At least that's what we called them. I don't know. Doo-doo. But yeah, sorry. I don't want to like overanalyze the Disney movies, but that one I was just like, and I think I react strongly to it more because it was one of my favorites. It continues to be one of my favorites, but then it's like when there's something that's in there, it's just like, like, how do I forgive you for this? But I don't know.
The good news is my restart's done. It's just I'm looking at the welcome screen.
Oh. Do you feel thoroughly welcomed?
No.
Maybe I should pick some other skulls to put on.
I feel violated that we were having a fun time and then the computer was like, wah, 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 wah.
And you're done. Your shields only recharge when you melee enemies. No, I won't do that. Auto aim features disabled for all weapons. Nope. Enemies throw and drop more grenades. Nope. HUD and weapon do not display. Hey, there you are.
Yep.
And we're back.
I'm on me way.
Good, good. Infinite ammo. Probably I don't want that. Okay. When one player dies, the other player gets a large damage boost that lasts a while. As in, like, if somebody dies, like, you get helped, or if somebody dies, like, you're worse off.
A damage boost sounds like it helps you. So, like, if I die until I respawn, you're doing more damage.
That makes sense. Explosion radius will increase ×2. AI no longer flinch. Rare combat dialogue becomes more common.
Oh, I didn't enable that.
That sounds fun. Every time you respawn, a random element of your HUD is disabled. That's fun.
Oh, you don't get to see your grenades or any of that stuff.
Yeah. Punching enemies makes them drop grenades. The mass of objects is decreased, making them more easily displaced. Are you in? Did you not get my invite?
I think I invited both invites. Because I went off of your old one.
Oh, you accepted both? So if I send you a new one, does that make everything worse?
I think what I'm gonna do is see if I can just close out of the game at this point.
Alright. Hey, Sevi.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're still lurking. Do you feel like getting me water? I could get up and get water.
I can get you water.
But
You are awesome.
But
Right? Oh, wait. If you
You owe me.
continue... Wait, no. Wait, okay. Don't want to continue. Not yet. Because you're not in yet. Do I need to re-invite you?
give me 1 second.
Alright.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. Woot.
Sorry for the fun being postponed.
No worries. It's good to take a break. Reset the momentum. Now, is it going to start us where we were, or is it going to, like...
Hopefully it's the checkpoint we...
Fingers crossed. This should be good. Okay, so, next. True or false? Tangled was better than Frozen.
My wife likes Flynn Rider because of, Zachary Levi.
I'm not sure who Zachary... Oh, no.
Chuck. TV
Chuck.
show Chuck.
You
The
know,
guy,
I haven't actually
the guy
watched
that,
that.
the guy that played Shazam.
Nope.
Wow.
But I do know who Chuck was. Okay, so here's the story, is that
Well,
we
he-
are now at the beginning of this level again. Do we want to, like, skip it? Or how close were we to the end?
Wait. Back out and see what the checkpoints were.
Okay.
Like, it's like Sacred Icon, like Checkpoint Alpha, Checkpoint Bravo.
Okay.
Like, it's definitely probably Bravo because we were in the vehicles.
I don't see where it gives you the like.
Oh, right there. Choose mission. Sacred icon. Trying to remember how. Yeah, I thought they had like checkpoints.
Right?
Like, I remember Halo. One of the Halos had not Halo 2, but.
And then I like moved a second. So options, normal, skulls.
No, like when you picked Sacred Icon, there wasn't like a little check thing under that said like checkpoint Alpha, checkpoint Bravo.
Nope, not a one.
Oh wow.
And it doesn't show up on the other ones either.
Well, it's up to you because I feel bad that.
You know what? I think we should just skip to the next one because we were mostly done, weren't we?
Yeah, it was just after the vehicle part, we get to the library, and then the humans are already there. Actually, it's quarantine zone. There you go. That's actually the next mission.
Right. So then we should be.
Yeah,
Okay.
enable quarantine zone because that's where we're at.
Okay. Except, all right. Parasites, human, no matter. The icon must be found. It's gonna be a great time. Did I have to hit start again? I did. Okay. I don't know. I felt like, going back to Tangled, I just felt like it was a way better done movie. Like the heroes were like done more clearly. I felt there was that Rapunzel played a better hero than at least Elsa, whom I don't hate her. I think she's is a cool character. I don't know that she fulfills all of the girl power hype that she is meant to.
I must fight it.
But I guess maybe she does because all of the hype is there. So I could just be wrong.
She basically ran away. That was the whole. If anything, Anna should have been more of
We did this.
girl. You know, more of a. Well, wait.
Go, officer. I'll follow when our reinforcements arrive.
Here, I'll drive a Ghost.
All right. I'm gonna drive this time.
They're
see
pretty
how we
good,
go.
especially with if you let that other guy on.
No, dude, come on, jump on. I'm not trying to hit you. Well, this is fun.
Well, with the exception of Anna wanting to marry a guy that she just met, I mean, the goal of her wanting to save her sister, admirable.
Yeah, I think that she just wasn't, and I mean, I can't necessarily blame her. Like, she was raised alone in a castle. Like, I don't feel like I can totally blame her for being naive and just deciding that she was gonna leave without any supplies, besides money. Like, she did have the wherewithal to bring lots of money. See, it picks you up! It picks you up like the claw. That's so weird. But I feel like what they did by having Anna be so naive when she went and did stuff was that they just highlighted that Kristoff was the actual hero. Because I feel like most of the movie is Kristoff being like, no, that's a bad idea, and everyone else being like, how dare you, and then doing it, and then it being a bad idea, and then Kristoff saving them from it. Like, he's like, hey, you shouldn't, like, try and go out in the snow in the middle of the night. And then that turns out to be a bad idea because wolves. And then he's like, hey, you shouldn't marry a guy that you just met. And then he turns out to be a murderer. And he's like, hey, you shouldn't throw snowballs at snowmen. And then they almost get killed.
But do you think Anna learns from that, though? Because I feel like a lot of stories, that's why there's quote-unquote, Like, what's the valuable lesson of a story, you know?
Right, and I mean, like, there is a moral to the story, but I feel like it's mostly just, like, those are sort of comedic filler moments. It's not like they were like, oh, and here's why you don't do this. I mean, maybe the, like, don't marry somebody you just met thing, I feel like that gets brought home pretty well. Sort of, except that she falls in love with Kristoff, who she just met. Now, she doesn't marry him right away, so there's that.
Trojan 2.
Right. But I think even Disney recognized what they had done with Kristoff because they completely made him ridiculous in Frozen 2. And I think they knew it.
I'll take the tank this time.
Okay, do it. Sorry, I didn't mean to try and run you over. Wait. I didn't mean to accidentally almost run you over.
I gotcha. So proper.
So proper. All the grammar. The Elite's sound effects are pretty great. That would have been really fun voice acting to do, to be an Elite. Just all of the, like, sideline stuff. Or a grunt, too. That would have been fun to do. Like, I don't think I have a distinctive enough voice for voice acting in any sort, but I always think how fun it would be.
How do you know until you try it?
It's true, I suppose. Like, being that shrimp from, Shark Tale.
Okay.
Voice, so there was, you know, it's the one where so Will Smith, I think, was the main
Yep,
voice
and Jack
actor.
Black.
Yeah. Now, I didn't super enjoy the movie, but I mean, there was parts that were like, okay. But I really enjoyed, like, when the sharks were eating dinner and they were, like, eating shrimp, and then the little shrimp was like, no! And then he, like, tells his sob story and he's got his cute little voice. I would totally, that's sort of like my dream voice acting role. The amount that I quote that little shrimp is sad, honestly, but
Yeah, isn't that the one with the sap story about his son who's like crippled and
I said, it's
you know,
just
I
that
worked so hard, but at the end of the day,
all the
it's
love in his little eyes makes it worth it in the end.
true story.
True story. And his eyes are so big and he's just this little shrimp or prawn, I don't know. And then the good shark lets him go and he's like, you're a good person. And then later the shrimp comes back with all of his, like, shrimp friends and totally schools the big shark. Do you remember this? I know I've, like, derailed from Disney. This isn't Disney. What is it? I don't remember. Is it DreamWorks?
It's DreamWorks.
Okay. Anyhow, I feel like Rapunzel did better than, and I feel like Rapunzel learned. Like, she got out into the world and she was naive just like Anna was, but you could see that she was growing and learning as a character.
Anyways, I'm gonna stop creeping
Noodle.
and head on out.
You're heading to bed?
Soon.
That's
Yeah.
what I want. Okay. Well, I guess.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
I'll have to follow him fairly soon, but we should finish this so that we don't have to, like, play it again. Boop. So does your computer feel fully updated now? Are you feeling the benefits?
I know my stomach's feeling full from these bugles.
Well, that's what's most important. That's the key. Oh my gosh. It's a pristine ghost. I'll take it as my own. Okay. Where are you? What should I be doing?
Forward.
I do really love the physics of the ghost. I mean, and the Warthog. They're just really fun to drive around. Ooh. Oh, don't jump up on here.
Oh, that thing's still alive.
Yeah, it was. It just jumped. I was worried that it was going to jump on. Kill all the things. I love how they ride the ghosts like standing up. I think it just adds to Flood character.
It's down this cave. I
Okay.
figured we'd kill everything.
All the thing. Checkpoint.
Oh wait, oh, I will board this.
Oh. I'll let it kill me while you do that. Okay. Don't let that thing pick you up.
It's my tank now.
Alright.
I just bashed I just killed a flood with my fists.
Awesome. So
Yeah, this is
rewarding.
Alright, so we're back to where I DC'd at.
Okay.
Flash computer updated, so.
Okay. Do I have to go in here? And they clearly don't want us to bring vehicles in here. How much time have you spent in your life just trying to bash vehicles in where they don't belong?
Probably, I'll say an hour total.
Only an hour?
Only an hour. Like,
guess
out of my
maybe-
whole life? No, like, hour combined, not like one.
Oh, okay.
One
Right.
instance
At
was
one
an
time.
hour. Okay, I got.
I made it. I brought the ghost into the tunnel.
And you teleported me.
Welcome. I'm sorry, were you doing a thing? Did you
No.
have plans that direction?
No. Oh.
I wasn't doing anything important. See, it's just so much easier to have a ghost with you for moments like this.
can't
Like, I
stop
always
eating.
feel like I can. You can't stop eating them.
I'm sorry, continue.
That's awesome. I feel like just every time that I see like the architecture that's like you shouldn't bring vehicles in here, what I feel like is challenge accepted. Oh no! Don't take over my ghost. Okay.
Oh, it's still alive. Well,
That's
zombie
craziness. Like I
alive.
blew up the ghost with a grenade and it survived it.
So when you were talking to me about like earlier about you know, like, oh, I haven't seen that movie or I don't know who that person is, I figured it out. I was sent here to give you pop culture references that you don't already know.
There we go. You can fill in all the gaps. It'll be a huge help.
You know, here's a question. Do you ever feel like, and I'm saying common knowledge, I'm gonna say the word common knowledge, not
Okay.
like not specific knowledge. Like, so for example, like you in the education field, that would be more specific than, like, let's say, hey, 2 + 2 is 4. Like, that's like common. So here's a question for you. Did you ever encounter somebody that you were like, didn't know the common knowledge that you were talking about? Like, ever?
Like, I mean, like when I bring up like pop culture references that I do know that they just didn't know any of those things, or like.
Well, would you define that as common knowledge, like, or is that like dated knowledge? You know what I mean?
Right,
Up
I
at-
guess.
We go this way down
Like
this
current
hole.
current pop culture. Can you give me an example of the sort of common knowledge?
So,
And then,
like, let's say you were talking to somebody about, like, okay, someone in your neighborhood that just moved in and they didn't know, like, let's say you have recycle, right?
Okay.
Again, this is probably a really horrible example, but just bear with me. I'm
All
trying.
right.
It's midnight for me.
Aw.
Oh, this guy has a sword. Get away from me.
Oh.
But like, imagine like if you were like, hey, let's say recycle is every Monday and Friday, right? But then they were like, I don't know what recycling is. I never heard of it. I never done it.
Okay.
You know, would you look at them like you've never heard of the word recycling, or you never heard that concept before?
Okay.
Like they're introduced to like something that is like a standard practice. So like I'm just using the recycling as an example. I never encountered anybody that never knew what recycling was.
Right. Yeah, I guess a few times. I'm trying to think of like specific examples.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was just thinking out loud.
Right. I mean, so there is a fair amount of like pop culture references that and that's where I would go back to, like what I feel like is Americana in terms of references. Sometimes like I'll mention something and Sevi, who I usually feel like just knows everything, will be like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'd be like, you've never, you've not seen that, you've not like heard of this. But I can't think of too many things. And I mean, I guess my general feelings about like what is common knowledge or not got skewed too by being like so steeped in like science fields, and then like also as a kid being steeped in like old movies and like all this other stuff. So like I'll just comment, and like Star Trek, and so like I feel like I've grown up in a lot of ways constantly making references that like people don't get, so I just don't even pay attention to it anymore. Like as a student teacher, like on the daily, I was making Star Trek references. How many students got it? 1. It was just me and that kid. And I still made the Star Trek references every time, and I was like, that was a Star Trek reference. Like as soon as you watch every season of Star Trek, you're gonna look back and realize I'm hilarious. Like, are you okay?
No, I was laughing at your hilarity.
Nice.
Hilariosity.
My hilariosity, yes.
Yes.
Hilarious. I think that is definitely the term for measure of hilariousness. Definitely the metric. On a scale of 1 to 10, your hilariosity is. So I don't know. But it could just be that I'm not thinking of any of these things. But like we all grow up thinking that we know, like everything that we know is like super common knowledge, and then we get out into the like real world.
Oh, we were here.
Were we here?
We were just here. Yeah, hold on a second.
So it's not this deep dark hole. We
Oh yeah,
another.
we popped that at the wrong end. Wait, I think. Hold on. No, maybe that is the right way. But there's a checkpoint. Hold on. I didn't know if I got turned around at some point.
For those just joining us, we are now following Lost.
Who is indeed, in fact, lost. No, serious. No, wait. No. I guess we were going the right way, because we jumped down. It just looked oddly familiar.
It did.
Because here's a cave. Here, I'll go down this cave.
Okay.
Okay, it's the same. Yeah, you were going the right way.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Well, I saw the same. What? Buildings can't have the same architecture in different rooms?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so...
You have to come up with something completely different for every room. Otherwise, it's just...
Well, let me tell you that was so unneat. Lost, you need to realize that as an art connoisseur, architecture... I don't know, I was going with that, but...
Actually, according to architectural etiquette...
This building has great architecture. I would love to have a building based off of, one of my condominiums. And I'm like, oh wow, condominium is a thing.
Condominium. I definitely didn't know about quiche for a long time, and I feel like that was a common knowledge thing that I was very late to.
I only maybe had quiche like once or twice, so...
Well, it was like... I was introduced to quiche in a game of catchphrase. And even still, the whole concept of an egg pie was like, what?
Oh. Then I think you would love, there's an adult version of that I played. It's a, like, card game.
Okay.
Oh my
Taboo?
gosh. No, and no.
Adult or like
What?
like adult or like grown up or what?
I'm talking grown up, adult, like.
Okay.
And it was funny because we have a friend that okay, so how we did it was we did couples. So like it was my wife and I were on a team, my friend and his wife, and then my other friend and his girlfriend. So the friend and the girlfriend are the ones. It was so funny watching their reactions to like, okay, so let's say it's like a G string, right?
Okay.
Like, as an example. Sorry,
Okay.
we're diving
As an
into
example.
After Dark. No.
Okay.
He would draw, like he drew G-string as a grandma sitting on a rocking chair. And we were like, what are you drawing? Like, because it was only there. And his girlfriend was even like, what? It was so funny.
That's awesome.
There was another one for, the part of the breast that is, I think it's the areola,
Okay.
right? Sorry.
Areola?
Yeah, areola. And what he did was he started drawing the little mermaid. And we were dying laughing. That's how
awesome.
out of the blue that was.
That's fabulous.
And then his cover was, well, come on, man, Under the Sea, you know, like. Because he kept saying "under the sea," you know, like afterwards.
Like everybody should know this.
Oh my gosh, we were all crying. I actually saved it on my Facebook and we tagged him. We tagged everybody, and then his mom was like, "That's my son."
That's the guy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying just thinking about it. I'm sorry, it was funnier than what I'm probably perceiving, but like you don't understand. You don't understand like something that like we're like, how do you not like. A grandma.
I do not know what that is.
A grandma for G-string? Come on.
Right.
Like, where do you get that?
Like, how do you? Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, famously, like when I guess not famously, like famously in my family, the moments that are like that were like, when my parents were playing just regular old Pictionary with my grandparents.
Right.
My dad pulled up, Italy. Like, was his card. And so, and my mom and my grandma, I think, and my aunt and uncle were also playing. Like, they all knew what it was, and my dad was just trying to get my grandpa to guess because they were on a team. And, like, so my dad, like, looked at the card and was like, yeah, I know what to do here. And he starts drawing the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
Which is,
the Eiffel.
For anyone confused, that is located in a different European country.
He was thinking of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, wasn't
Something
he?
I don't know. So he starts drawing that, and like as soon as everybody else at the table realized what was happening, like they were just laughing and laughing, like.
Oh my gosh.
Like, he's never gonna get it. It's so funny. And then as soon as my grandpa realized what my dad was drawing, he's like, oh, Eiffel Tower, Italy.
What? Wait, what?
Yes. Somehow. Both of them were like that level of geography together. And so that's the sort of thing, you know, those references that all families make, and so like we constantly are like we'll just yell out like, oh my gosh, Eiffel Tower, Italy, like when somebody makes a connection that doesn't seem like it makes sense.
That is funny.
'Cause it's like, but I wish I would have come up with something more exciting now, like as you're describing your friend, like when I got quiche in catchphrase.
Yeah.
I just stared at it for a long time. I was actually with like, and because I couldn't, you know, become nerdy enough, I joined the debate club in college.
Right.
So at the debate club Christmas party, we're playing catchphrase because, of course, what do nerds do but play word games together to celebrate holidays? But like, so quiche came up and I was just staring at it, and you weren't allowed to skip, like you had to do whichever thing came up. And I was like, does anybody know what a quitch is? Like, I couldn't even read the word. It was the words.
You fused the word like Quidditch and something else.
I mean, like, I just didn't have anything. Yeah, like if I had known Harry Potter.
Were you allowed to like before the round started, just look up the word just to see what it meant?
No. Well, because
wow.
in catchphrase,
Well, we did
it's like,
that.
it's got the timer on it, so you can, like, you have to pass it to the next person and everything. And I got it, and I hit the next button, and then, because, well, it's not, we had the electronic version, so it's different,
Okay.
I guess, than the, so I just got it and hit the next button, and then there it was, quitch. And I was like, what? What's a quitch? And as it turns out, nobody else knew what it was either. And they were like, I don't know what that is. That's so weird. What is it? And then they looked at it, and then, like, I did not live that down for a very long time. As soon as they realized what word it was. Maybe that's the root of why I hate when words are spelled poorly. Like choir, come on.
I mean coral.
Oh, so Sebi's commenting. We were playing. Have you ever played Codenames before?
Is it similar to like all the other games that we're talking about?
Yes, and then it's word games. Oh, you would love this. You need to get. It's a great date night. You need to get Codenames Duet. Play with your wife. It's awesome. So it's a grid of 25 cards, and they all have like nouns on them, like, or just words. And your goal, like, each of you has another card that shows like a grid representing those cards. And like they're 25 random cards, but then there's just like a color coordinated grid representing those cards. And on your grid that you're the only one who knows about, all the cards that you have to get your partner to guess are in green.
Ooh.
And now it's not a time limit. It is a clue situation. So what you only get one word as a clue per round. And you have to get them to guess. You have like a certain number of turns, and you have to get them to guess. I think it's like 9 different clues, and you have less than 9 turns. So it's kind of like a combo of Tribond and catchphrase a little bit. So you have to try and connect, like, there might be a word, you know, like a bunch of words that'll be like powder and mountain, say, and you could say ski as your one word clue, and then you can say how many cards that relates to, and then they have to try and guess which cards you're talking about.
They must be after the icon.
And then if you do it wrong, like if they guess the wrong card, like it could either just end the turn, or they could accidentally pick the assassin and end the whole game. So it's like, you know, but it's kind of fun because you can connect lots of different things. So Sevi's talking about, we were playing one time with my sister and my brother-in-law, and he was trying to get her to say, like, to pick the cards. Sevi, what was it? It was like, what was he doing? Oh, for rat and pig. He was trying to get my sister to guess those 2 words. And we couldn't say animal because there was other animal cards that, like, if she had picked one, then it either would have ended the turn or ended the whole game. So we were trying to figure out how to combine those 2. And then he just is like, Timon, 2. And I was like, she's not gonna get that. There's no way. Like, it was this, I felt like it was just the silliest move ever.
Did she get it?
She got it. She immediately got it within 30 seconds. She was like,
But that
oh,
was,
yeah.
but Timon's a meerkat.
Yeah, Timon's a meerkat, and Pumbaa is a warthog.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, is sort of pig-ish, but...
All right. I would give Pumbaa one, but...
Yeah, Rat was like... And I just stared at him like, how do you... What? So then you know... But that game you should totally play. It's amazing. Okay, I thought I just jumped off the side entirely.
Oh, watch out. We have allies.
I don't know how to get back up.
Right here's the ramp.
Oh, okay, well.
Well, it's symmetrical, so they're gonna come from the bottom and the top, and you
Okay.
can go up either of the ramps.
Okay.
Oh,
there's the ramp.
except don't have a shotgun. That's my weakness.
Don't have a shotgun. Please
Oh
don't.
no, he's stuck.
Are you okay?
I
I still see your triangle.
thought I killed you.
So I feel safe.
All right, never
There's
mind. I
a
just got killed from
wow,
behind.
there's a
Watch
whole
out.
bunch of them.
Oh, okay, you were away from. Ooh, he had a carbine, which I would love to pick up.
I'm gonna take. Was this your sword? It wasn't your sword, was it?
The flood had a sword.
Okay, good.
Oh wait,
Oh,
actually,
there's a
let me
whole
check.
bunch
Wait,
of you
hold on.
guys. Here we go.
Quality. Yeah, see, you have it. Yeah. Yep, you have the video quality stuff too.
I don't
Hooray.
understand why all the flood were just hanging out in this little tunnel here. That was super weird. How do I crouch? Found it.
Well, I changed mine.
Did you just say? Were you just gonna say the crouch button?
Yeah.
You were good.
not-
That's. Thank you. I appreciate. How do you crouch?
Well,
the
it
crouch
wouldn't be
button?
the jump button.
Obviously.
Hello, fellow elite or Sangheili.
What?
They're called. So you know how like we're Homo sapiens or humans.
Mm-hmm.
The elites are actually called Sangheili.
Okay.
Sorry, nerd. Nerd alert.
Nerd
Says
alert.
awesome power.
So is that their like? Is that somehow a binomial name, or is that like, wow, I jumped down and he had a shotgun? So like Homo sapien is like the binomial, right? Because it's like.
Oh,
Is
I
it-
opened up
is
a
it
can of
binomial?
worms, did I, by saying that?
I
no,
don't even know.
that's just the name of their species. I don't know if it means anything outside of Halo World.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
fair enough.
Like,
I don't know if Homo sapiens is our like. No, we are.
well, we're
No,
just
we are
humans.
because
isn't
there
it?
no because there's
Wait.
like there is I think because Homo is one is the like group and then sapien is our species.
Yes,
because
it's
there was
gene-
like Homo
isn't it-
erectus,
isn't
Homo
it
whatever.
Isn't it gene then species?
Genus species, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks to good old Carolus Linnaeus, whose real name was Carl Linnaeus,
It was,
but
you know-
then he was like so proud of his binomial system that he named himself with it. He
what
is the scientist in history that I maybe most want to meet. So like during the Renaissance, like scientific revolution,
I'm
most
dead.
science, oh no. Most science was done by like nobility, like already rich dudes. Particularly Brits and stuff, but like, you know, whatever. There was also other really, like Italy, like exactly where you would expect all these guys to be, really. But so Carl Linnaeus was like, he was in the right country, but he was a layman doing science. And he came up with the binomial taxonomy of like genus species instead of like, I mean, the original Latin name for a tomato was like a paragraph long. Like there needed to be some standardization and help. So he came up with this. And because he was a layman though, he needed like funding. And so somehow he managed to make taxonomy sound so cool that he got sponsors. Like he would just go around and peddle his binomial naming system to rich guys, and he made it sound so cool that they paid him money to do it. And then they brought him plants and animals from around the world to name.
Weren't some of the names though like Latin? You know what I mean? So it's not like he was just randomly like
Well,
saying things out of thin air.
Yeah, so I mean they're all in like Latin for I think for the most part, unless we kept some of the like old conventions. So like it'll either be Greek or Latin, I think. But the like naming system was like new. Because originally it was just like they would name it, they were already naming it in Latin, and they would just pick different characteristics and then just go off of that. And then they just kept like branching off and being like, well, here's an extra descriptor and here's an extra descriptor. And then he came up with taxonomy and like streamlined the whole process, and it was awesome. But yeah, anybody that I like could make naming stuff sound so cool that you would pay money for it to continue, I just think is impressive. Like he found enough sponsors, like Michelangelo having like donors and sponsors and stuff to do his art. Like I can see, you know, people would be like, yeah, I want to have this, you know, we want this church painted really well. I want this picture done. I want this statue made. I want, you know. but like to like have a plant in your house and you're like, I want you to name this in an organized way. Like, I don't know.
I think you should just do a sign, just there. I told you there is a science stream. Oh, it's over here then.
Science stream.
No, I'm being no. Believe it or not, there is. I couldn't believe. Here, let me look for it really quick. You think I'm kidding, but no, it's true.
No.
No.
Oh, Sevi, I'm sorry. Back in the day, he said it was a knowing your audience move, so he knew my sister would pick out pig and rat. I'm that late to your comment. Sorry. He might even be asleep by now. So sad.
No, so there is a category called science and technology.
All right.
Right now, instead of just chatting, you would put that on.
Okay.
Right now, believe it or not, as of right now, there are currently 2,000 viewers right now.
Wow. Just
And
watching science and technology.
and 341,000. Like, so you could follow games too, right?
Okay.
Like, so hey, you followed Woodland Bird, but you could also follow games just to say, hey, I want to keep track on who streams in those games. So 341,000 followers are in science and technology.
Wow.
But right now the highest streamer, it has 310 viewers in his streams, and there's actually a lot of people streaming right now. So there you go. I think your forte could be science on a day. Just you with a webcam talking about, like, this is what we want to talk about today.
Science Saturdays.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like, people are
watching.
there are people watching. You could either say, hey, let's talk about this kind of science experiment or whatever. Or
It
your
could
own.
be fun.
Bloody fate awaits you and the rest of your
Well, I'll have to check out that category because I definitely haven't followed it. But
No, I'm just looking. There's day in the day. Hold on, I'm looking at.
But they will take your head when they learn.
when they learn.
I'm taking. Oh, first thing that popped up was Star Trek.
In science and technology?
It's under CBS All Access ad.
Oh, okay.
It's an
That's
animated Star Trek. It looks like.
All right.
Hey, new TV series. If you haven't heard of it,
No.
Star Trek Lower Decks is the name of the animated series on CBS All Access,
Interesting.
and it looks like it's like literally like cartoon wise.
Interesting. They're really
You see-
doubling down on their like Star Trek monopoly.
So right now I'm looking at a stream that has a whole bunch of ducks in a cage. Day
Cool.
to day, and cute duckling. Oh, cool.
Oh, is this the flood? Wow. I totally forgot about this. It's amazing how much the flood looked like. Have you ever seen Dune or read Dune?
I'd rather not piss this thing
Yeah.
off.
Demon,
It totally looks like one of the spice worms
this one is machine.
mixed with the plant from like Little Shop of Horrors or something.
This one is but flesh and faith.
And there's more to do. So,
Kill me or release me, parasite.
is this where like
Do not waste
the
my
grave
time with
mind
talk.
comes from?
There is much
Well, in terms of a parasite, this is like the overmind. Like this is the
Of the
guy that's
flood?
like, yeah, this tells the flood what to do basically.
Okay. So, because Lobster mentioned, whoa.
I am 2401 Penitent Tangent. Monitor installation 05.
And I am the Prophet of Regret, Council of Most High, Hierarch of the
Crazy.
Covenant.
I don't remember this at all. I must have been just terrified
To do. This facility must be
at the
activated
time.
if we are to control this outbreak.
Stay where you are.
So, because Lobster mentioned that originally the flood were just doing whatever, and then Gravemind came up.
This installation is a success.
Well, a grave mine is just like, so think of it like this. Here's a parasite that steals other hosts.
Right.
So what happened was it probably absorbed so much intelligence over time that the flood evolved into what is known as the grave mine.
Okay, so that would be. I think I made the reference when I was with Lobster to like Borg hive mind.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
like Zerg in like if you've ever seen StarCraft or anything like that. Basically,
Not
it's
much
an all.
StarCraft.
What's that?
Zerg, I definitely was like, are you making a Toy Story reference?
No, not Emperor Zurg. I'm talking about Zerg as in from StarCraft, the
Okay.
real-time strategy. So StarCraft has a lot of like same concept where there's a 3-army setup where there's one like the Flood, one like the Covenant, and one like the humans. Literally.
Okay.
Or all will perish as they did before.
I'm like,
This thing is right.
maybe
Halo
it's
is a
just that it
weapon.
looks so
Your
much
prophets
cooler
are
now.
making a big mistake.
Your ignorance already destroyed one of the sacred
But this is
rings.
just like, I can't not look at this.
If you will not hear the truth, then I will show it to you. There is still
That thing's just
time
got
to stop
teeth
me from
in
turning
all sorts of places.
Well, the mind is trying to say, hey, let's stop because if the Halo rings are lit, everybody dies.
Right, including the Flood.
this meat.
Yeah, because what it does, the Halo arrays when they get launched, it gets rid of all of organic life, and then what happens is it just leaves the Sentinels alive. The
Okay.
Sentinels, so the Forerunners were like an ancient, like humans and Forerunners like used to be this like ancient culture of space-faring, superpowers, and then when actually, believe it or not, humans encountered the Flood first, and they were
Okay.
all like trying to escape, but they found the Flood. The Flood was overtaking a Forerunner world, and they glassed it. Humans, like the Covenant-wise.
Okay.
The Forerunners were so pissed off at the humans that they put us back to caveman times. Like they basically, like they took our offspring and they put them on Earth, and the one Forerunner female was like, this is wrong even for what they did. You know what I mean? To make them from a spacefaring race to this.
Okay.
So then that's where the Forerunners were then dealing with the Flood, and then the Forerunners are like, we have to make the ultimate sacrifice, and like the rings, everybody dies. And then what happened was the Sentinels, every robot took cell samples of every living creature on Earth and basically recloned them. So that's what I was saying. The Lobster, that technically we're off. That's why the Covenant worship the Forerunners, is because they technically created life again.
Okay.
So like we're technically the offspring of those clones that the Forerunners made. And the reason I know that is from Halo 4.
Okay.
So I never understood it until Halo 4, like why they would worship them. Now it makes sense.
Okay. I think that's fair.
Like that would, yeah, because that would be like,
To the council chamber.
because if you think about it, it's almost like, hey, they see them as gods because they created us. You know, us as because the Halo array already, all the Halos got ignited already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why the Forerunners do not exist anymore. But that's why we still exist, because they took cell samples and all that. Sorry, it's probably like really confusing. Wait until you get to Halo 4, you'll see it.
No, I mean this is vaguely. I mean it's vaguely familiar. I've played up through Halo 5. Now I'm mostly. I mean basically Halo 4 and 5. I just sort of played as quick as possible because I had to borrow somebody else's Xbox to play them.
Ooh, hello! This thing moved.
There's just a hole. That's
I know it's like. Oh, watch out! It's berserking," said Cortana.
Hey, look! I found a carbine.
Well, I would get rid of that then. Yeah, if Halo Infinite is, I think I'll definitely want to play Halo Infinite with you and Lobster.
Sweet, we should do it. If Lobster will condescend to play some Halo game that's non-Bungie.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was on.
He's
I
still
remember
mad. I'm
that.
sure he will.
I think if he gives it a chance, he'll like it.
I think he will. I think he'd play.
I think it's different than Halo 4 and 5. Like it's almost like Halo went through another
Put me down on
Evolution?
near the door.
Okay.
Put me near the pedestal near the door. Oh, that door over there.
That looks like a pedestal. Oh, okay. Like an actual pedestal.
Yeah, like
The
that.
boring looking pedestal.
Well, it won't be boring in a couple seconds.
Hey, there she is.
That prophet, Truth, he has the index. You've got
So,
to take
fun
it.
fact about Halo Infinite is the villains are actually the main villains from Halo Wars 2, the real-time strategy game.
Okay.
I only played Halo Wars 1, but I still have to beat Halo Wars 2. That is co-opt. That's like
Yeah.
more like building armies and stuff. Like
Perhaps
Age of Empires and stuff like that. Or StarCraft or Warcraft, whatever.
Well, I haven't played. I feel like Warcraft and StarCraft were always more involved RTSs than I could pay attention to.
Oh,
Or commit to.
I would never play PvP in those. I played them for the story.
Oh, hey, turns out you can't melee the brute guys.
Oh yeah, you can.
Well, you can, but you can't.
Oh, they have like super punches too.
You don't
if you think
like
about it. When they
win.
berserk. Oh. Here, I'll prove it. Watch melee. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say melee. Oh, he's berserking.
Get him. You know what? Before this door opened, because I was looking at Cortana. She is curvier now than she used to be.
Uh-oh.
Go up to her. Hit tab.
No, she's right here.
Yeah, go up to her. Hit tab.
I'm looking. So are you gonna tell me that they messed up?
They didn't mess her up. I think it's great. They made her more proportional.
Oh, never mind.
She's curvier now.
So anything that I've learned is that if you're a male, you just keep your mouth shut.
She's just be like,
That's what I'm starting to learn.
I just think it's interesting that they went all the way down to that detail. I think it's great.
No, I'm just like, it's like men, you just gotta STF you know, STF you on this one. I'm like, all right, I will do that. Oh no, he has a brute shot.
I feel like you guys can say stuff. It's just knowing when to defer.
Well, I'm gonna start deferring a lot. No, like I feel like I have opinions. Ooh,
Yeah.
confetti! I heard the confetti.
It is sad that that's the first confetti of the night, even though I've had that skull on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, to be fair, we had plasma weapons.
Oh, true.
And it's only grunts, and we were fighting majority of Flood and Sentinels.
Okay, I think that makes me feel better, yes.
Yeah, because the grunts were on our...
Lower levels of the tower.
Ooh.
I'll reverse this grav lift. Drop
Oh.
down, try to cut him off.
Can you believe we're in like a city that moves,
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
and they have a Forerunner ship in the middle?
How much do we totally trust Cortana that we just dove down a hole for her?
Well, to
Like,
be fair, she didn't go demented until later, so we're
it's
good.
true.
Oh, well.
Plus, I think I trust Cortana with hips way more.
I want
You
I want the
teleported me.
beam rifle.
Look at these
Beam
nice
rifle.
plants they have. These are so comforting.
These are probably inspired by real plants. Wait.
It's inspired by real plants, yes. They look like aloe vera-esque.
Oh, I was thinking something like that. The word didn't come out of my mouth.
All right, on the same wavelength. So wait, what should I be doing? Should I have gone through that door?
Yeah, we're going through the door. We went down,
Okay.
remember?
Yeah. Okay.
And then we go forward,
did we
and then we look.
Why do I
Oh.
keep teleporting?
Oh, you checkpoint.
Oh, okay.
Whoever's falling behind
Gets okay.
gets teleported. If you're, I don't know, it's weird.
Keep to the code.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, sir. Now, do you say you say Pirates of the Caribbean, but like in every other case, do you say Caribbean or Caribbean?
I say Caribbean if like I'm saying, hey, I'm going on a Caribbean cruise. Or, but like Pirates of the Caribbean is like the movie title. I don't know. You're...
Like, I would say Caribbean Blue as well. Oh. I stick them, so hopefully you don't die. Okay, good.
You know, team kill.
Woo. I just need a weapon.
There's carbine over here.
A what?
A purple thing that shoots green lasers.
Covenant battle rifle? Fine.
I'm surprised you and Lobster didn't want to do Halo Reach first, because that's technically before.
Yeah, I think we just went for chronological. I don't know.
Oh, you mean of like release?
Maybe.
Well, of release, it's chronological, but in terms of
right when things actually happened, it does go back.
Yeah, Reach would be first, then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it'd go 1, 2, 3, ODST, 4. Actually, technically, ODST's they're on the same timeline. Actually, I would play ODST first, and then 3.
Okay.
Just if you were to play it story-wise, because I know ODST takes place. Yeah, actually, it takes place after, you know, like when. Remember when we were like punch it? Remember, like when they were in the Numazi? That's what happens to us. The ODST troopers get dropped down.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, actually, I would play before 3. I'd play ODST story, just chronologically, but play it however you want, though.
Now, which ones have 4-player co-op? I know that Halo 4 has it. I don't know if Halo 3 has it as well.
3 does. I know 5 does because of the different Spartans. I think 4 did.
I feel like 4 did, yeah.
I don't remember who you would team up as in 4.
It'd be interesting because I have another friend who actually, I mean, he doesn't know that I stream yet, but he did say he'd play Halo.
How come you didn't tell him?
We haven't chatted that much. I just was like, I just noticed that he was playing Halo. It came up on the Steam notifications, and I was like, hey, you have Halo. Why have we not played Halo? And he was like, oh yeah, I got it for New Year's. And he's only played co-op so far as well. So we haven't chatted enough for me to be like, oh hey, also I stream. But
I think we go down.
okay, I'm trusting you.
Well, trust Cortana. She's the one that did it.
Whoa,
we're going to we're going to a prison.
Oh, cool. I can't wait. I love prisons. Big fan.
Well, let's see if we can do this quietly.
Okay.
Oh, there's guys over here sleeping. Oh, they woke up.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I was just letting you know.
Needed to hit him harder.
You go to the door that's not red, so we might have to go down 2 flights.
Okay.
Which the access is over here. You go down with the purple, and then the ones that have purple go up. Like the ones with the blue, like this take you up.
Okay.
And then if we want to go down again, we just go down like that.
Okay.
Yep, I think we have to. Think we have to go down. Oh, yeah, I guess we didn't take care of all these guys on the.
Oh, the jackals. All right.
Come to the middle level, Chief.
Come to the middle level, Chief.
Oh, we're on the middle level.
Now we are now, or were we before?
No, we were on the middle level because there's an upper, middle, and then lower. Yeah, it's the door that just opened to my left.
Okay. Good.
The one that Cortana's standing at.
Oh right, there she is. Oh, are you sneaking?
No, you're first. Well, you take the lead.
Well,
this is your.
Can I use a flashlight right now? Is it 4? It is. No, 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 back up again, because I should have stickied you and it would have been great. Oh, I could pick up his, like, thing.
Listen up, Marines. The chief's hunting a prophet, and you're gonna help him kill it.
Okay,
Brute
so
shot.
really, okay, so I don't like your Needler, and
One
I
of
want
the
you to have a
Marines
car.
to go, Chief.
There we go.
Did you
Our
just...
Marines are more effective now with the carbines. You know,
Right.
I'm just saying. I
Giving
mean,
them...
I could give the next one a beam rifle then.
Ooh. I think that giving them controversial named weapons is it's a good move.
I think we now go to the lower level for
Okay.
Cortana.
Chief, come to the lower
Cortana.
level. More guards, get ready.
Here you go.
All right, here's more of those purple guns that we can't discuss.
The gun that shall not be named. See, I've learned to make
No.
Harry Potter references.
Hooray! You made a Harry Potter reference.
Yeah, I've learned. Teaching made me have to learn new references. Because, like, and it's weird, because, like, teaching at a... Oh, no. I just fell off and died. It's so sad. Like, teaching at, like, a public school, like, I would make references, and they'd be like, is that, like, a homeschool thing? And then
Wow.
I showed up and was teaching homeschoolers all of a sudden, and then I started making like the same references that I had learned to make, so that the public schoolers would no longer call me, like no longer say like, is that a homeschool thing? And then they didn't get those references, and I was like, I can't win. And they would be like, is that like a I don't remember what they were saying. Is that like just like a teacher reference or like a public school thing? And it's like, come on.
Sounds like you're dealing
Something
with lame people.
Well, I mean, they're students.
That's all
Like,
the Marines
they're
do.
just
Good
like,
work.
when they don't get stuff, their like
Okay.
first instinct is to be like, well, that's silly.
Phasma pistol, and then give me this plat. All right, there we go. They have rifles and they're ready to kill for you.
Yes.
Look at them all with their purple guns.
They look so great. It's a match set.
Well, I gave one a beam rifle, so that'll be even cooler.
Yes.
Here the same way we came in. The central grav lift.
Central grab. Oh, I should have just grabbed that brute gun.
Ladies first.
Gee, thanks. I have a friend from like dorms in college who believed that vestibules killed chivalry. And he would, cause you know, you walk into a door and then there's like that extra like little area, like, I mean, airlock-esque. Oh no, oh no, oh no. And then there's another set of like double doors before you go in someplace.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's like, I think it's called like a vestibule. It's not big enough to be like a, I don't know. Anyways, he felt like those killed chivalry for him because, like, if you open the door for a girl, which, you know, you can decide if you're one of those people or not, and girls, you can decide if you're one of those people who accepts it or not, you know, whatever. But he felt like he would open the one door for a girl, and then she'd walk in, and then, like, she would open the next door, and he was like, why am I even doing this in the first place? And I was like, because you're, like, a nice human being who, like, opens door for people because they're people, and not because you're, like, a dude who has to open the doors. But as soon as he made that comment, like, every time we went through, like, those sort of vestibules together, like, he would open the door for me, and then I'd walk in, and then I'd just stop and wait for him to, like, open the second door. And I felt, like, really important all of a sudden, just, like, stopping and not letting any, like, like, no, I'm not going to open the next door for you. You can go ahead and open that for me so that you can do all the things that you feel like you were missing out on. Ooh, energy sword. I love how they just decided to put this same plant over and
the
over
elites are
again.
now fighting the Covenant at this point.
Okay.
Just FYI. It'll be
Gotcha. Hey,
We're-
how many times do you have to hit a brute with a sword? Everybody's fighting, everybody is fighting everybody.
Oh, I stuck a drone.
Ooh,
That's the best part of this game, is how everyone fights everybody,
right.
including the hunters.
I don't know what I'm doing. Kill them.
Oh. Well, at least 2 of you lived so far. Yeah, look at them fighting.
That's awesome. Look out! I do like now that there's more dialogue. That's fun. I appreciate also that they all speak English for me.
As compared to what,
Oh, I'm
Alien?
so sorry. Yeah. Covenant? Coventish?
Well, they all have their own language. Like, Sangheili is their own language for the elite.
Right. So is Cortana just translating in my head for me then?
No, they're speaking English.
Alright. Once we find them.
I've got a fix on Truth just outside this tower, Chief. There's an exit nearby. Hurry.
Did you know that the hunters are just a bunch of, like, worms? And they're working together?
Both of the... Wait. Hunters are just a bag of worms?
No. So if you look at the hunter's back, they're actually... They're a collection. So think of them like the flood, where they're like a they're a symbiotic like organism, multiple organisms working together. So here, let's kill one. I'll show you
So
what I mean.
it's just a bunch of worms in a trench coat? Is that what you're trying to tell me here?
No, well the hunters like.
Whoa.
So imagine a bunch of bees, and then like they work together, and then you don't call them a bee anymore. You call them like, I don't know, like
a hive.
Like
maybe?
a super warrior. I don't know,
Or
like that
so-
because because if you look, these worms are actually controlling the armor as one entity.
Oh. Who figured out to do that?
Well, I'm a nerd, so I figured that stuff out. on
So you were just examining all the hunters you killed and you were like, well...
No, that's actually that's lore wise with them. No, but then when I looked at their backs, I'm like, oh, that's what they're talking about.
Oh, is that why you can't assassinate them? Also?
I don't know about assassinating them, but
I tried it and it didn't go.
whoa, that one flew.
That was craziness.
Yeah, I want to look at the worms.
They ask for your allegiance.
Yeah,
How do
like
they
their
look in the
their
old-
neck. Yeah, that's why they look like that.
That's
They're all
awesome.
Believe the number of kill systems the Covenant are throwing
They
around.
definitely used to look
Not to worry, it's pretty sloppy stuff. I guess
less
they never
wormy.
expected a hostile
Well, I guess they
intelligence
looked like
penetrate
more
their
single
network from
wormy.
the inside.
Oop. Man.
Oh, sniper to the right. Nothing like a civil war right in front of you.
Right? I like how the music is so peppy, like, and this is when everybody was just fighting each other, no big deal. Do boop ba doo.
I will take a beam rifle.
Do it.
Oh, jetpacks.
Can we pick up jetpacks? Or they're just jetpack guys?
Jetpack guys.
Okay. I was gonna say, that's new to this game. So there's the flyer dudes, and then I just saw the... Did you kill the other one? Bum, bum.
Oh, hey, random jackal in the back. Yeah, we just go straight. I just went around to the side.
To the side.
Oh, over here.
There's like nobody in here.
Destroyed 2 of their own ships, and I'm hearing reports of small arms fire throughout their fleet.
Creatures of the Covenant, the path is broad and we shall walk side by side.
There's like nobody
Space
here
Raptor.
anymore.
It's in Amber Clad.
Be glad.
You first.
No
Okay.
response.
I was listening to her talk. Woo! I feel like light bridges are really awesome. The Dulles Airport. Have you been? Maybe you've been there.
What? Wait,
That's
what's the name
closer
of the
to you.
airport?
I think it's the Dulles Airport, isn't it? I think it is.
In the city of
like in West
Texas?
Virginia? Dulles,
oh.
not Dallas.
Oh, West Virginia.
Yeah. They have a lot of, I think it's them. I'm pretty sure it is, that they have the like walkways and stuff that look like light bridges.
Ooh.
I haven't been to well, I mean, I've been to a fair amount of airports, but I only remember like 2 for distinctive features, and I think it is, well, I mean, okay, everybody knows Chicago O'Hare. And then I feel like Dulles has the light bridges, and then the Detroit airport has a huge, crazy light tunnel. Like you go-
I've never been to like a lot of the like the middle of America, to be honest with you.
It's
I've
pretty
been,
great
like-
over here.
I've been more like I've been to, you know, like East Coast things, you know, like New York City or, you know, Orlando for Florida, or even
Mhm.
Outer Banks for North Carolina, but or Washington DC, but I've never been to like stuff in the middle of the state. Like I've never been to Detroit, never been to like Kansas City, never been to any of that stuff. Dallas or in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been to like San Francisco and Los Angeles
That's legit.
and San Diego, like stuff like or Nevada for Arizona.
Okay, so you've done like both sides, but not the other side. See, like, cause I've like obviously some some Midwest stuff, and then a fair amount of East Coast ish. So I've done Florida and New York City, but I wouldn't necessarily. I guess I've been to New York twice. Once where we did the like cheesy, not the cheesy, but the like total touristy, like do a bus tour. And then once for a friend's thesis recital thing. But yeah, I haven't been to West Coast at all. I mean, I guess I've been, my sister used to live out in Washington. So I went there, but didn't do anything like West Coasty while out there. We replaced her floor.
So you want to know like how this is my New York City story, and it's probably going to sound really like what was the point of the story, but I kind of want to tell it.
All right, do it.
So my friend originally lived in Queens, but moved down here to PA. But then she was like, I want to get married in the church that my mom and dad got married in Queens. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I went with. So it was my wife, my mom, and I that went to this. So I was like, so this is how much like, what's the word I want to use? My first thought was I wanted to say the word innocent my wife is, you know,
Okay.
or like how lack of like adventure, like just that emotion. Like I can't think of the words.
Naive?
But like, no, not naive. No, not naive. Like, here, maybe if I tell the story, maybe it'll be
Okay.
like,
All
okay,
right.
it'll make more sense.
Then we'll come up
So
with it.
like, so obviously I said to my wife, I was like, hey, let's go out and do stuff. So we went to go see a movie, and then she go in Queens, right?
Okay.
And then she's like, now this is the thing I wanted to say, because she's like, oh man, I really want to go to get this ramen place, but it's in Manhattan. And she's like, and I'm like, well, why don't we just take an Uber and we can go? And she was like, really? Almost like she had no idea
Aw.
that we were like
That
like
close.
no, not that. It was more in the lines of like, I didn't know that we could do something like that. Like, I'm not saying that like she could or couldn't do it,
Uh-huh.
but like I think she like didn't realize, oh my gosh, like I don't know, like almost like really you want to do that? Like, and you're willing to buy an Uber? Like she didn't think like I would be willing to do that for her or with her. You know what I mean?
Aw.
Like that's what I meant by like the innocent aspect, because she was
Mhm.
like I didn't want to say naive to it, but it was almost like, well, yeah, let's do it. So we went to this ramen place in Manhattan.
That's awesome.
I had to look up the name, but like it was literally like the best time, you know what I mean? Just eating ramen noodles out of out of I had like this I think it was like a fish one, and she had like I want to say a pork one. I know it's a lame story,
No, no worries. I think
but it was what?
those are the sort of cute romantic things that
It was like it was like one of those things where she's like, oh my gosh, like we're not that adventurous, but like that seemed adventurous to her. You know what I mean? Just going to a ramen place, you
in
know,
Manhattan.
like just a borough or over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ordered an Uber. We went over, and then we took an Uber back. All was good. I wasn't driving.
See, like if you guys were a rom-com, that would be the like turning point where she realized that you were actually a legit guy that she could like, and then there would be like a montage after that.
I think she probably thought I was gonna say no, and you know she probably has that mindset of like, yeah, he's gonna say no, but then I say yeah. First of all, I don't say no to her when it comes to something like that. Like, why not? We're
Want
here.
ramen? Obviously, we should get ramen. That's really cool.
All right,
Yeah,
if you have a cheesy story, go for it.
Cheesy story.
For Mr. That's if you want to share
on
one.
the spot. Yeah, no. I can't.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of it like an equivalent one where we like went and did something like that, or not even like that similar.
Could be whatever you wanna.
Okay, so there was, I guess this is kind of just funny in one of those things where like his like super analytical brain, but like he sat me down one time when I was visiting him at school to tell me something that was clearly like I could tell he was excited to like tell me something because he was excited to give me like a compliment, which was a thing like I don't know if you guys buy into the like 5 love languages kind of stuff. Where like, so like some people are like, feel really loved when you like do stuff for them, like help them, you know, like clean or cook, or like you just like help them, you know, like car repairs or whatever. And then some people are like quality time, like, and then there's some people who are words of affirmation. There's some people who are like thoughtful gifts. And then there's one more. Is it maybe acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation.
Yeah,
physical touch.
I was gonna see what. Yeah, I was gonna look it up real quick because words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, quality time, and acts of service.
Okay, so I got them all in there, just not in order. I mean, there isn't a particular order, but so we've been kind of like figuring those things out about each other, and so like I am like words of affirmation is one of my top ones, and so he was like practicing that. So he sits me down after like the first day like visiting him at a school there, and he's like, okay, so Bird, when I was in line for Mongolian barbecue and you were in line for a double cheeseburger, I was like, why do we have to like and I was just watching you, and you know, I was kind of like having this conversation in my head, and like So this is from him, and like this is zero ill will or insensitivity from him, just like totally just analytical minded. He was like, in my head I kind of was just having this conversation with myself where I felt like somebody's asking me, you know, like why Bird, you know, like why do you like her, like why not somebody like way thinner or prettier whatever. And I'm looking at him like,
well, answer the question.
Right. I'm like, please. And he's like, no, I like Bird. She's durable.
Durable?
Durable.
Okay, now, can I ask you a question? What do you take durable as, and then how did he recover, is what I would ask.
You know, it was one of those moments where I looked at him and I realized like this was like super like genuine, like he really appreciated this about me, and I kind of took it as just, I mean, like, you know, like I mean, I've got like
it's durable. Now, did he mean durable as in like, I think this is going to be a long-lasting thing?
I think so, like a durable, like stalwart personality, maybe. I don't know, like, can, you know, because I think up to and including, like, I could take a punch, like, I mean, just like, because you just, you know, as a person, like, you want to be like durable and like able to like hold out through all the, you know, crap that life throws at you, and
that's funny.
And I mean, yeah, it's just hilarious.
Terrible.
But at the same time, it's like still, and I tell this story all the time and people are like, what? And you like didn't break up with him on the spot? And like, I wasn't insulted in the moment. Like, he was so genuine about it. He was just like, and I was like, and it was one of those moments for me where I realized like, okay, that's love, and I have to like recognize it. So like, you know, anytime he gave compliments that sounded like, or said things that were just like, is that?
So if he would have said the word everlasting, would that have been not in the same ballpark?
I don't think
as durable?
so. Yeah, because like durable, I mean, he wasn't necessarily saying like, because we had already decided like when we started dating, like within a week, we were like, so you think we're gonna get married? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So he wasn't necessarily saying that I think we're in this for the long term. He was saying that like you are like a durable person. And then later on, of course, we always make jokes about it and like, oh, you're so adorable. And then my family would be like, anytime somebody new comes in the family and be like, so is she durable though? Like,
Oh, hey, Glue.
Hey! Are you just waking up? Or are you still not in bed?
Don't worry, I got your back, Glue. I saw you there.
Good job.
That's all right. Glue could have donated $100 and you would never have known.
Totally wouldn't have. I was just stuck in the middle of trying to explain what durable means.
I would take that as like... Oh. Well, I spawned in the middle of you two. I would take that as like... You know, if I said to my wife, you're durable... Well, first, she would think of a dirty joke, and then I would have to explain to her, and I'd be like, no, I would say, like, what I said on the lines of, like, you're in it for the long run, you know what I mean? Like, our relationship could be durable, you know what I mean? Like, through my stupidity and, like, because I'm not perfect. I say stupid things.
What? Excuse me? And we're friends on Steam now, and you're not perfect?
Oh, I'm sorry. I will. I didn't get the appropriate firmware. Hopefully, my computer that shut off on me did that for me.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh, you slept for 3 whole hours, so that's 1 REM cycle. So that's good.
Eek.
I can't, you know, when was the last time, Lost, that you slept for less than 6 hours? Maybe less than 5 hours, and you felt like, okay.
No, I'm probably groggy. If it's like, it depends. I don't know. I guess it depends. You know? Like, I know.
Truth, we'll need to take a shortcut straight through the mausoleum. Look on the bright side. For now, they seem much more interested in killing each other.
I am.
Entrance is over here.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like we've been here because everybody's dead already, but everybody's dead already now everywhere. I don't know.
All right.
I feel like,
Go,
wait,
go completely straight through that that door.
okay.
Yeah, this. And that's when Cortana.
Hey, is this what midship looks like now? Like with these graphics?
Maybe.
Ah, so you're trying to switch your cycle? I just spawned and died immediately. That makes sense. Are you gonna be so Glue? Are you guys starting school this year, or what's everybody in Germany doing?
Please tell me what's going on in Germantown. I want to know. What is the word for the bird? If I don't hear Surfing Bird played once somewhere,
Servant bird.
you know, the bird is the word.
Bird is the
That's
word.
an old song. That's like 50s
yeah,
or
no,
60s.
that one I know that. Yep.
I was about to say you should because
Bird is the word. Because everybody knows that bird is the word. Yeah.
Surfing Bird. Meow.
That's awesome.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. I can't look at hunters the same now that I know that they're just
There weren't, I'm telling you, take
Just a
like
bunch
5
of
seconds to look it up. They're a bunch
in a
of like
suit of armor.
they're a bunch of worms working
trying to
together to
fool
shoot
me.
these Gauss cannon things at us.
That is
All right, I got one looking at me.
super cool.
The other one's dead. I just don't want to die by the physics, aka them launching their
Right.
them launching a canister and it just kills you because of physics.
Oh yeah. Cause physics. Cause of physics.
Ooh.
I like that reference.
Interesting in terms of the Yemen schooling.
Oh. With half the class going every other day. Okay, that's kinda makes sense.
Oh, there was a Breaking Benjamin song that played in here in the original game.
Oh, that's cool.
It was Blow Me Away by Breaking Benjamin. And now they can't use it because copyright.
Copyright.
Well, they own the right back then, but they have to you have to redo it.
What?
Every iteration has to be redone.
That sucks.
We already started.
Hey, you nearly finished. Have you played Portal 1 before, Glue? Or, like, are you redoing it now?
Sitting this one out.
Oh, I'd consider sitting this one out. And there I was, just joining it. Oops.
We could just run around them,
We could. Let's do it.
but I'm gonna shoot my brute shot at them.
That's awesome, Glue. You should be streaming Portal 1.
Yeah, and make sure you show yourself.
Yeah, you need a webcam,
No,
too.
I don't want to show myself, Lost Outcast. You're really annoying me. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I can't help it.
No, it's true. I mean, like, when I'm just, like, searching streams and stuff, my go-to tactic is to go to, like, maybe a game that I want to sort of watch.
I guess we do gotta kill them.
And then I scroll to all the people who have just 2 viewers, because I like to go someplace where I can sort of make a difference and be like, hey, I'm helping you with your average. And once I'm into the 2 viewers section, it's basically the first person who has a webcam in the 2 viewer section that I just decide to watch. And I mean, I know a lot of people are on here for just watching gameplay, so that's not necessarily everybody's tactic, but I'm definitely on here to, like, sort of build community. don't want to show myself. Are you worried that you would make everybody else in the Twitch community feel bad because of your stunning good looks, Glue?
I think that's what it is.
It's probably it.
Oh. Wait.
Oh no.
Bird, why'd you push me down the hole?
I didn't push you down the hole, did I?
No, I'm kidding. You didn't push me down the hole.
Okay, I was like, I thought you killed me.
No, I fell down the hole.
And then I blew up. I don't know why.
Yeah, Lost Outcast. I don't want to show myself. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Glue. I think you're probably a stunning young chap. You know?
You probably have incredible cheekbones.
Oh, okay, well.
I don't know.
I'm always fascinated with what people look like. Because then, my thing is, did the voice and the personality match up to what they look like?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Because, like, the first time you actually see some people that you've only heard your entire life is like, what? Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Garrison Keillor. He did Prairie Home Companion on NPR for the longest time. I just picked up your shitty energy sword.
Ha ha.
But, like, I grew up listening to him, and then I saw, like, I don't know if it was a picture or a commercial or something when he came out with a Prairie Home Companion, like, movie, which bombed, by the way. I never even watched it. But I saw him for the first time, and I was like, oh. Like, he was so not who I imagined. And he definitely had a face for radio. They should not know that the next German dictator is a Twitch streamer. Is that it? Do you have, like, a Hitler stash? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Well, Hitler got that mustache from Charlie Chaplin.
Well, yeah.
Didn't know if you
Like,
knew
that mustache, I don't know if he got it. I mean, I guess I
No.
do know that he got it directly from Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin was making those movies back in that time.
And he had that, he had that mustache. Like, he's the only other person who, like, is remembered for having that mustache, which is hilarious. Like, I have a book of, it's Nobel Prize winners in chemistry from, like, 19 whatever to 1960s or something. And the whole era, it's not something that, like, I had to buy. It was just, like, one of those things that I picked up at, like, a library sale. I'm not, like, I didn't necessarily go in search of it. I was sad. But I found, like, the whole, like, later 30s, early 40s, well, yeah, like 30s era. Like, there's just a ton of these guys, like, that all have what we now know as a Hitler or Charlie Chaplin mustache. Like, it was in style. And then as soon as Hitler came to power and became known as a bad guy, it was out of style. And, like, we just don't even talk about that period of style anymore. Like, I don't know. I just think it's hilarious. Oh, you kill all the SS guys. That's fair, Glue.
You're very graphic, Glue. I'm starting to notice that about you.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a descriptive person.
Why are you so angry? Mr. Glue, why are you an angry young man? I keep looking at this 5 languages of love or whatever it is. I feel like sometimes... Oh, wait, what happened?
I don't know.
Back to the main menu.
Me too.
Well, we would be on Uprising.
Okay.
Wow, we're almost done.
Should we finish?
That's up to you.
Well, I mean, you're an hour later than I am.
How much longer are you going to keep playing?
I don't know. How much longer would it take? I mean, it says par time is 15 minutes, so conceivably we could be done in 45 minutes, but I don't know if we take 15 minutes.
Well, think of here you were streaming for 2 hours and 53 minutes.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just telling you that's what the timer says on my end.
Right, mine too.
But it's up to you. We can play the Uprising, and then it would be 2 more missions of High Charity, and then that last one.
Dun dun dun. Let's see. So we finished. What did we do? We did Sacred Icon, Quarantine Zone, Gravemind. We just took that. So if it took us about 3 hours to do 3 missions, I have concerns.
It would be like another 3 or 4 hours knowing how the
Yeah,
knowing
I
how
can't do
the,
that.
I'm getting shot. They should.
Yeah, I think we might have to just end it here and pick it up next time. So then, whoever's available first, you or Lobster.
Oh, that's simple. It's me. You know.
All right.
Well, when are you gonna play it again?
I don't know. Maybe tomorrow night? I don't know. Today is Monday.
Today is now Monday.
Now Monday. Like, yeah, I might be able to play tomorrow night. Tonight? Later? I don't know. When's your schedule?
For what?
What's your broadcasting schedule look?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
Oh, okay. So then tomorrow you might be free, or is that like...
I am. No, I'm free tomorrow.
All right. Well, let's shoot for that.
Okay.
All right. Look at that. I made a schedule. I'm a real streamer. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks, Glue. 2022. Is that... Oh, hey, you've got Terraria now too, so we can totally make you just... I love how you just show up in chats and you're like, I have this game now, by the way.
Oh, and the time. Don't forget telling us the time.
And the time.
It is now.
Oh, that's what he's saying. Okay.
It's now 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, 2022 would be evening, right? On the 24-hour like military time, that would be 8 in the evening, wouldn't it? Because
Because what you do is you would take whatever that number is. So, like, let's say it's 20. You would
subtract
12.
Right.
And that's how you would get what number, like in PM, like AM or PM time.
Okay, 7:25. You're there. Okay.
Yeah. So because.
Well, so he's 7 hours ahead of me.
And he's 6 hours ahead of me.
Meh. No,
Not
that's
bad.
when you stream again,
No.
2022. Ah, okay.
Wow, like you're gonna be all like,
Wow.
what would you look like in
Thanks.
2 years?
In
or
2
a year and a
years?
half?
I don't know, man. Different hair. More jaded. Sadder.
What? Sadder? What?
I don't know what the world's gonna look like. I'll probably be like the CEO of Twitch by then. So
The year was 2022, and I got sadder. Well, what happened
Hey,
in 2
Koshma.
years?
You tried doing this on. He said tried doing this on Legendary. The friend couldn't even get past the second mission outskirts. Yes, jackals with beam rifles. Like as soon as you even get to like heroic, they become something else. Like they are to be reckoned with. Well, welcome, Karshma. I feel so bad because like, well, so we'll stream again. I'll try and do this again tomorrow. But we have to end because it is late for both of us.
Well, of
Does
course,
something-
make sure you hit that follow button for
Yeah.
for Woodland Bird.
You can even, you know what?
No.
I'll even do it for you because I'm really proud of this setting. Check this out.
Yeah, make sure you hit that follow button. You know, show the bird is the word. you know?
Right. Well, and
Let her know.
also Lost. You should follow him
no,
too.
please don't follow me. I want.
It's gonna be a good time.
Wait, it said game.
Oh, you just woke up. See, that's great. Like 6:30. What are you doing up at 6:30 in the morning? Why? Why are people up at 6:30 voluntarily? Is it just to watch Halo? You that?
You know
I
what?
mean, like, don't get
Think
me
of it
wrong.
like this.
I appreciate
think
it.
Think of it like this. You are the morning cartoons. Okay.
UK morning cartoons. That's. Oh man, I just am not a morning person. Like, if I'm up at 6:30 in the morning, there are obligations to be fulfilled. Much less at like 4 or 5 in the morning. That's like, I don't even know, man. I once got up and this is on brand nerdy history. We woke up at like 3:30. No, it was 2:45, so that we could get up early enough and out so that we could do a sandhill crane count in late fall. No, early spring is when they do it. I don't know. Wait, you're up until 6:30 a.m. Okay. But otherwise, I don't like the earlies.
The earlies.
The earlies? Ooh. Like, for me, there's only one 5 o'clock. And I wish there was only one 6 o'clock, but I can't get away with that all the time. All right, well, it is... Yeah, we're playing PC. Very cool. I grew up with this on Xbox, and now I'm a PC gamer and got all excited that they have it on PC as well. I tried playing it with a controller on here, but it's true. Is there crossplay, Lost? Do you know? I think you can, right?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I think like if you had Xbox One, it's on, or like, you know, I'm just saying out loud, Xbox One to Xbox One or PC to PC, or I don't know, maybe it is. I have no idea.
I could understand why they wouldn't, because like there is a huge difference between like keyboard versus controller play. Like even with auto aim, there's a big difference. But any hoodle.
Oh my gosh, you and the hoodle thing.
The hoodles, any hoodles.
I'm learning
I don't
more
know.
and more about you every time I
I'm
interact
excited.
with you.
Same, Lost. Same.
Oodles.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get that taken care of, Koshmo. Just imagine I'll do this.
Nothing popped up,
business.
bird.
I know, I don't have any cool, like, mods or whatever it is that you're
What do you
supposed
mean?
to
I'm a
get
cool
to have
mod.
you are a cool mod. I don't know what it is, what it's called when you get the thing that, like, pops up and it's like, welcome, Koshmo. You know what I mean?
I'll help you with that when you're...
Cool. We'll get it fixed, Koshmo. And then maybe next time you can, like, unfollow and then refollow just so that you get the, like, the experience. You know what I mean? It could be like a flock of birds that just goes across. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what you could do is, if you have Streamlabs, it saves all that stuff, and then just like, hey, I got it to work, and then just pop the animation again.
Oh, okay, that sounds great. We'll do that next time, Koshmo, when you're in stream. If I've got it figured by then, it'll be great. I'm excited. All right, well, everybody have a good morning, I guess. And a good night as it applies. Oh, Streamlabs, that's great. All right. Well, I'm going to go to bed. Have a great evening or morning as it applies, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.